Okay. The audio button has been hit. And now I'm hitting the other button, which is the YouTube button. We'll see when that goes live.
New tubes.
The new tubes. YouTubes. Your YouTubes are new tubes. Let's see. It says we have a healthy stream health, which is important at our age, Mosh.
It's always good to have a healthy stream.
It's always good to have a healthy stream. All right, so what's up, YouTube? We're live. What's up, YouTube?
YouTubes.
All right, we go. Episode number 138 of Raiders Fan Radio.
Raider. Oakland, L.A., Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murph's Fan Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Bolitnikov, a leaping pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players, you have a great organization, and you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, time running down, Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play. Well, I love this team. I think this team can win.
We're going to roll for a minute here. What is up, Raider Nation? Your old buddy Murph back once again for another what we hope to be fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio. That's right, Raiders Fan Radio coming to you live from Murph's Fan Cave, and we are back in the Fan Cave after the computer got exploded by lightning and power outages. Thankfully, the Best Buy folks were kind enough to fix it under warranty, and so we now have the rig that runs Raiders Fan Radio and Murph's Fan Cave. And what do you mean it has no sound?
I'm just telling you what the chat says.
Oh my gosh, you got
I'm looking at the little dots and then
gosh.
hit the button, stupid.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Oh, here's why. Oh my gosh.
Just press the damn button, nerd.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. There it is right there. Okay, now I'm gonna. Okay, so now I gotta turn.
Press the damn button, nerd.
I'm pressing the damn button, nerd. Uncle Ma. All right, hold on. I'm getting your back on here. Let's see. So now I gotta go here, and then I go. Okay. Oh, can you guys hear me and Uncle Mosh? Can you hear us both? I hope you can hear both. I'm gonna go to the cave cam here, and then hopefully you guys can hear us there as well. There we go. So we should be good. See, this is what happens when you disassemble the fan cave. This is what happens when you disassemble the fan cave, reassemble part of it in our dining room, and then reassemble it back again once again in the fan cave.
I ain't got time for all this. You know why?
Why?
We're running out of time. My life is running out of lifespan.
Uncle Mosh is running out of lifespan. I'm sorry. Uncle.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry about that. So 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 the computer is back up and running. So thankfully, we got it fixed. The rig that runs Murph's Fan Cave and the RFR studio here, the RFR Studios, the things that run that, it got blasted by lightning, Mosh, and
that's crazy.
Yeah, kind of wiped out the computer for a minute. So anyways, we got it fixed. So we're back up in the Fan Cave and happy to be back here doing episode number 138 of Raiders Fan Radio. And if you haven't figured it out yet, the man that adorns the western annex of the Murph's Fan Cave desk, the one and only Uncle Mosh.
Yeah. You know, it's so good to be back in my uncomfortable chair.
Yeah. All of the furniture in my house, according to Uncle Mosh, is uncomfortable. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for something, and I don't see it.
What do you normally? What are you trying to find?
I'm out of sync.
I'm telling you, we're out of sorts. We're on foreign soil here, back up in the fan cave.
I'm looking for. You took it off.
What did you want it to say?
The Jeff.
Oh, Uncle Mosh, you're the smartest man alive.
Yeah.
I could probably find it here.
No, it's okay.
I'll play it for you at some point.
It needed to happen because, hey, you didn't hit the damn button. And I warned you. I said hit the damn button. You didn't hit the damn button.
No, I didn't hit the damn button. Sorry about that. But I hit it now. We're good now.
Yeah, hey, we're so good.
Okay. All right, so anyways.
I got an issue.
Oh, my gosh. Here we go. Go ahead.
I'm not wearing my hat.
I see that. You got
I'm not wearing my hat.
The Pete Koch silver locks working tonight. And tell us, Uncle Mosh, why you're not wearing your hat.
I found out about, I guess it was about 2 weeks before the big explosion and the computer went down.
Okay.
I had to send my hat in to get it recertified.
Yeah, because that thing was from like 2007 or 8, something like that. So it's past the 10-year.
And it came back.
Yeah.
It wasn't certified. It could no longer contain the dome.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And that's quite the dome we're talking about containing.
Hey.
Uncle Mosh has the largest hat size of anybody. Tell him what size it is.
It's 8 1/4.
It's 8 1/4. Uncle Mosh has a giant cerveza.
I got a giant cerveza. And you know, most people, when they gain weight, they get it in their belly.
Yeah.
I get it in my head. It's legit. I get my head gets fatter. You know. So my hat has been decertified.
Okay.
And I filed a grievance.
Okay. Good.
And I got rejected.
So
it went to arbitration.
Yeah.
And they ruled against me. And I'm not going to wear a hat until AB wears a hat. Done.
Oh, you're not leaving practice, are you? You're not leaving. Oh no. Oh, we just lost Uncle Mosh. Well, anyways, that was fun while it lasted. We definitely enjoyed Uncle Mosh for the time that he was here, and we'll issue out a formal statement later, but we're going to hope that he can find a new Carhartt hat that can be recertified, and then he can rejoin us here in the fan cave as soon as...
I'm back.
Oh, you're good?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You feel better?
I couldn't pass up that $30 million.
How are your feet?
You know, speaking of that,
Yeah.
I got bad feet.
I got
bad feet because the other part of me that gains weight is my damn feet.
Oh, my gosh. All right, here we go. So let's get into episode number 138 of Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you all for joining us, especially those of you that load up the chat room and join us live each and every Wednesday. Right now we got in there Monster Mash Ken, Raider Vic, Ron the Mater Raider holding it down in there, Tampa Raider, Mojo Raider, the man who defends our freedom every day when he goes to work, Chris Potts, Dave Awful-Litter, I'm going to say that is Tampa Raider. Did I say that already? Roach is in there, Raider from Rosa, Rob Raider's in there, Atticus B. Rockin', Mr. Kano, a whole bunch of you in there tonight. Chevy Raider, what's up? Appreciate you guys joining us live in the chat. And if you don't join us live in the chat each and every week, hold on, Uncle Mosh, let me get through this. If you don't join us there each and every week, you can find us youtube.com/Murph's Fan Cave and jump in there with the community. It is an awesome community of folks that join us there in the chat room, and it's a lot of fun. And so definitely jump in there and see what's up. What's up, Paul? No.
I'm laughing because I'm knowing you your whole life.
Yes, literally.
No,
you changed my diapers for crying out loud.
I changed your diapers, and sometimes at the most inopportune time. But that's not the point. I'm knowing you. Come wipe me.
Yeah.
So I'm knowing you your whole life, and I know how much therapy you need.
I need a lot.
You need a lot.
I need a lot.
And
sometimes I need a good talking to.
And sometimes I'm the cause of your therapy, and sometimes I am your therapy.
Yeah.
But Shawshank Raider goes, so Murph.
Yeah.
How was therapy following the show on Monday?
Oh, my gosh. All right. I'm going to get into that briefly. I'm not going to camp out on that on what happened on Mondays with Mikey and Murph this last week, but I am going to address it. I'm going to give my formal statement on what happened. Look, I'll get to it. We'll get there. I'm glad you brought that up, and we'll get there. But first, most importantly, we got to do our housekeeping.
Okay.
So if you look behind Uncle Mosh to his right, you see two things behind him. You see the Fred Biletnikoff NFL jersey, and you see the Get Made t-shirt. If you look in our links down below, or if you're listening to us via podcast, you can look at our links in our description, and there are two links there. One will take you to NFLshop.com. Use that link, and it will take you to NFLshop.com, and anything that you buy there, we get a kickback. Now, it doesn't cost you anything extra.
Right.
It's just a few extra bucks that we get, and all that money is going to go to the Fred Bolitnikoff Foundation in honor and to memorialize his daughter Tracy, who had passed away prematurely. And they started this foundation in her memory, and it helps young women get out of substance abuse issues, domestic abuse type issues, rehabilitative services, educational services. It's a wonderful, wonderful foundation, and we are giving them all of the money that we raise on Raiders Fan Radio this year. We're going to present them live with a check this November at their annual Crab Fest fundraiser. And so that's why we're rocking the Fred Bolitnikoff jersey. I bought that in NFLshop.com through our link. And all that money is going to get kicked in to the Bolitnikoff Foundation. The other way you can help us is hit the other link. That takes you to the Get Made t-shirts. We're out of larges. So we're starting to run a little bit thin on some sizes, and we're completely out of larges. But we do have big boy sizes. We got 3X. I think we even got some 4Xs.
Yeah, we got some 4Xs left.
Yeah, we got big boy sizes. So for you big guys out there, it's $25. For the smaller sizes, it's $20. 100% of the money that we make on it is going to the Bolitnikoff Foundation. So buy one of those shirts, go to NFLshop.com.
Exactly.
And through our link, don't just go to their website, go through our link, it'll register us, and then buy something. Mosh, we are at where our goal was $2,000. We're at like $1,200.
Man, that's crazy.
We had a big run this past couple of weeks.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Last Monday, I made this announcement on Mondays with Mikey Murph.
Okay.
I got t-shirt orders in the middle of that show.
Wow.
It was wonderful. You guys have been awesome. So thank you so much for all the support that you give us at Raiders Fan Radio, and thank you for helping us support the Bolitnikoff Foundation.
And you had a couple people that actually called in that said, "Hey, how do I got a shirt already. Can I just throw you a couple bucks to send to Freddie's organization?" And it's like, yeah, send it.
Absolutely.
Send it. It doesn't go in our pocket.
Nope.
We got enough money.
Nope.
It goes in that kitty, and the more the merrier, man.
Absolutely.
That's
if we go over $2,000, we'll give away whatever it is that we make. We'll giving it all away. And so it's Murph is my PayPal, Murph MURF at RaidersFanRadio.com. You can send your PayPal there, and again, I'll give all the money away, and you want a receipt on it, whatever. I mean, it's all going there. So be confident in that. All right.
So Shawshank wants a shot on my shirt.
Oh, all right. Well, let me switch to your camera there. There you go.
You know, I sport a lot of shirts on the show, and this, of course, is one of my favorites. Go ahead and read it, Murph. I can't see it. I'll stand up. You can tell them what it says. I'll get away from the mic.
All right. So it says official member of football's most notorious fans, the Black Hole, and then it says www.blackholefans.com, established 1995, and it's got the Black Hole logo on there. So that is the official fan club of the Black Hole. Uncle Mosh became an official member of the Black Hole. Oh, and then it's got a little logo on the back of the neck there. Very cool. So Uncle Mosh, and he's got his plaque behind him there and stuff. And so Uncle Mosh became an official member of the Black Hole this year. I got him a membership for Christmas, and then the New Jersey guys, co-host of the Fan Club Blitz, host, whatever, president of the New Jersey chapter of the Black Hole, Chuck McCann, and his crew invited Uncle Mosh to be an honorary member of the New Jersey chapter of the Black Hole, even though Uncle Mosh has never been to New Jersey other than to maybe the Newark airport. But he is representing a team from Oakland in Tennessee on behalf of Jersey. So you tell me once again, Raider Nation and global, right? It's certainly a national. Okay, so there's Uncle Mosh's. Look at that. They sent him that. What was that, 2 weeks ago they sent you that?
Yeah. 2 weeks ago I got this.
That is really cool. Yeah, because we were in the dining room, so we didn't have the official you talked about it, but you didn't get a chance to show it. It's pretty sweet, man.
Man, that's awesome.
It's really, really
sweet. And I
sweet.
appreciate those guys, man. I appreciate Chris Potts and everybody that's the moshers.
Yeah.
I appreciate the moshers out there, man. They're the best. They're the best.
Yes, Chuck Splatterhead, and of course Tom and Fitz and Chris
everybody,
Potts, Bill Mackey, all those guys. We really do appreciate you guys. We are going to see you one day soon at the Irish Cottage Inn for sure. All right, Mosh, we always name our episode number. I always mess that up. We link our episode number back to something significant in Raider Nation, and this is episode number 138. And newly acquired Raider fan / social media director Swag Jeff has taken the role of naming or connecting those numbers. And he has a good one for us this week. So Swaggo's on vacation this week. That's why he's not joining us, although we do have a call from him later.
He's probably behind my whole hat fiasco.
He might be.
Yeah.
Well, as much
well, he's a little pinhead. He's like a 6 1/4 or
man,
something.
that's me, man. I got a peanut head, man.
Yeah.
I got 6'4". I got a 10-inch neck and a freaking 8-inch head. I'm like Mike Glennon over here. You know what I mean? I'd be 5'10" without the neck. Anyway, so episode number 138. Swaggo says this. Timmy Brown, one of our all-time favorites.
All right.
Career yards per reception, 13.8. 138. Good job, Swaggo.
Nice. Nice. Man, he is taking this serious. I love
Isn't
it.
that good? You did a good job.
I love
You
it.
did a real good job. All right. Also at the top of the show, before we get into the meat of it, we always like to give some respect. We don't do props. We don't do shout-outs. Nothing wrong with those two things. We choose to, we give respect. You know what I mean?
I like it.
Yeah. So this week, I got two. One of them is a surprise for you. But first one, it's actually, I'm going to play the audio, and I want to give this guy some serious respect because he made numerous social media posts on our behalf.
Really?
Yes. Encouraging people to do exactly what we just talked about, getting the shirts, getting the stuff at NFLshop.com. Guy that's become a good friend of ours on and off the show, Kevin the Raider Nerd. He's been here live in the fan cave before, sat in Uncle Mosh's chair, didn't apologize for it. But we still even took him to a football game down in Alabama. And, so he's a good guy. We kid Kev, but he's a good guy. He's got his own podcast network. He's got his own listener base. Like Kevin's got a lot of his own things going on. And
he doesn't have to plug us.
Exactly. And he chose to make it a point to help us with not only his listener base, but anybody else that's on him and with him on social media. And he called this week. So we just want to give him some love and respect. So let's listen to our buddy, Kevin the Raider Nerd.
Hello, Raider Fans Radio. Hello, Murph. Hello, Mosh. Hello, Swag Jeff. Hello, Capo the Q-Dog. And hello to the rest of the fellow made men and women and wonderful RFR listeners. This is Kevin the Raider Nerd checking in. Got a couple takes here. First of all, I want to talk about Hard Knocks. I'm absolutely loving Hard Knocks right now. I've actually put in my pre-order for the DVD and the Blu-ray when it comes out. But music has been a theme here on Raider Fans Radio recently, and I got to talk to you guys about the music of the soundtrack of Hard Knocks. I am so pumped up. I love the music they're doing here. Cool. Metallica blackened during the Rams scrimmage, and they stepped it up a notch. We have our friendly Canadian Luke Wilson blasting Ozzy Osbourne, No More Tears to get hyped up for the game. Leonard Cohen, You Want It Darker song. Oh, my God, how good was that? But the best part of it was our own Mike Mayock schooling Mad Max Crosby on who Bootsy Collin is. If you don't know who Bootsy Collin is, look it up. Probably the best bass player of all time. I am all in for the Hard Knocks soundtrack. I'm getting it. But the main reason why I'm calling here, guys, put a post on Facebook. Maybe you guys saw it. I want to call out to the Raider Fans Radio and other Raider fans. Please help Murph Mosh here at Raider Fans Radio to get to what they need to get to support the Bolitnikoff Foundation. All the money that we're spending on swag there, please make sure it happens. I went and got a custom Carl Weathers jersey. You remember him, right? Carl Weathers. Why did I get a Carl Weathers jersey? Well, not only was he a Raider from 70 to 71, not only was he Apollo Creed, not only was he Dylan in probably one of the greatest movies of all time, Predator, and of course, but he's also going to be in the new Star Wars Mandalorian series that's coming out on Disney Plus, which I'm really looking forward to, and I'm hoping to meet him at Star Wars Celebration next year to get that darn thing signed. But what I'm saying is, get up there, get those jerseys, get anything you want, hit those links on Raider Fans Radio. I put a post up there, put the links up there, get your Get Made shirts, and help Murph and Mosh, please reach that goal to help the Bolitnikoff Foundation. Thank you, Raider Nation. Thank you, Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you, Murph and Mosh. Thank you, everyone. I'll talk to you soon. Out.
Is that the nicest guy ever or what?
Golly.
I know. He's on the Mount Rushmore, too. That's awesome. Thank you, Kev. So here's what Kev is talking about. Here's a football card I have. That's Carl Weathers. That's Apollo Creed, for those of you that don't know. And he's also Chubbs and Happy Gilmore. He was a Raider for 1970 to 71. Have you ever seen that one, Mosh?
No, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Where'd you get that?
I ordered it. I don't know. I got it somewhere once upon a time.
Love it.
And
Is
so
it
that's
Tops?
Maybe.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, so that's the jersey Kevin ordered off our link. Was a Carl Weathers number 49 jersey. So very, very cool there. So thank you again, Kevin. Appreciate the support as always, my friend. And he's been a good friend of the show, and we appreciate his effort there on our behalf. So
so this card, it was in the AFC. It was 70-71.
Yeah.
And like back in the old days, I'm gonna peel this off. Back in the old days, the cards used to have a little cartoon up in the corner.
Yeah.
Whoever they were that they were known for. His says Carl studies acting in the off season.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, I should have Swag call him and say, hey, give Uncle Mosh some of your Raiders stuff. He'll give you a theater shirt.
Yeah, we'll trade. That would be cool. Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah, and as Kevin mentioned, he's going to be in the new. I know you don't really care about this, but I do. In the new Star Wars show, in the Mandalorian, it's going to be awesome. That's going to be on the new Disney streaming.
Is that a 5-string instrument that they play at the Ryman Auditorium?
Yes,
the Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian.
Nice,
exactly.
nice.
Yeah,
See, I know. I'm down.
When you go see Ricky Skaggs, he's playing the Mandalorian. That's exactly
I'm up
right.
with modern culture.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you are. You're all about that. You're hip. You're with it.
I am so with it.
All right, so here's one more for you. One more bit of respect, and this is a fun one. We're going to hear from this guy later in the show, but I got a surprise for you, Mosh.
Okay.
And bear with us here, Raider Nation. We are going to get to plenty of Raider stuff. You're going to get sick of hearing about Antonio Brown in about 10 minutes, I promise. Okay, so I got something. Well, I have something for you on this person's behalf. We're going to give respect to Trinidad. Remember Trinidad who emailed us last week?
Yes.
We've got another email from him this week. Trinidad is also an artist. Now,
really?
Yes. Now, we here at Raiders Fan Radio, the reason we call our show Raiders Fan Radio is because guess what? We love Raiders fans. And one of the things that we love about Raiders fans is the way that your fandom manifests. So in terms of like the fan clubs and booster clubs, it manifests in like community service and representing the team, whether you're a super fan and like you cosplay or dress up, or you're a podcaster, or you're a musician, or in this case, Trinidad's case, he's an artist. So, Mosh, do you know what a calavera is?
A calavera.
Yeah. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Spanish word. Calavera.
Calavera. I would say it's probably if you have an upset stomach and from eating way too many donuts, you go in and you go, hey, I need a shot of tequila and a calavera backwater.
Or it'd be too many sopapillas in this case, maybe, right? Because it's Spanish. Yeah, so no, that is not what it is. A calavera is a representation of a human skull. So if you think about what...
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
So first and foremost, over your right shoulder, our Get Made shirt, they're cartoony, but our logo has our calaveras. It's our skulls, okay? It's what the Day of the Dead skulls are, the painted up skulls. That's a calavera. All right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Trinidad made one of you.
No way.
Yes, and here it is. Check this out. Isn't that the coolest? Those of you on the audio, we'll put up a post of it. I'll put a picture of it up online, and I think Trinidad's going to send it to us when they're done. This is kind of a work in progress, he said. But how freaking cool is that?
That is so cool.
That is going to, like, when we do a shirt next year, that's going to somehow be incorporated to it. It has to be. Because that is freaking awesome. Yeah.
He is amazing.
He's amazing. I mean, he nailed your hairline, the way your hair goes, your beard, your glasses. He nailed it.
Yeah. And after Monday, I got my teeth fixed. He got those too.
Here, you can have that. I got two of them.
Man,
isn't that cool?
Dad, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So much respect. Respect. That is amazing. That is going to get framed, and that'll be in the back Right there next to my stuff.
Yeah, that'll be on your little shelf of fame or bar of fame back there.
And as much as I love Kevin and Swag, if they touch my stuff, hey,
you kill him.
You kill him.
You kill him. All right, Mosh, let's hit the contact info and kick off the show.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm too busy staring at my likeness.
All right, boys and girls, pay attention. You got your old Uncle Mosh here with an update.
That's right. I got some stuff for you. Take out a piece of paper, a pencil, a pen. Heck, use your pocket knife and carve the info into your dashboard as you're driving down the highway. First off, you need to like us on our fan page on Facebook. That's right. Go to Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. Don't forget about the Twitter. You know your old Uncle Mosh, he twits now. That's right. Go to at Raiders Fan Radio. Also, don't forget the Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about our website? That's right, RaidersFanRadio.com. Heck, if you want to, you can even email us, show@RaidersFanRadio.com, or call us on the Raiders Fan Radio hotline, 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. Don't forget Merv's Fan Cave on the YouTube, where you can get all the show links like the Fan Club Blitz with Splatterhead and Fitz. Find all our stuff on podcast providers like Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Play. All right, did I hit the time limit? Good. Running Bear says, Mosh as Grateful Dead. And
nice.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out the chat while you're at it, Mosh.
Oh, man. So Ron's on there. Running Bear's on there. Dave Afator's on there. Man, everybody's on there. Q-Dog's on there. Oakland Raider. It looks like Oakland Raider News 365. Man, it is rolling.
Eric Hooper. I've not seen. That's a new name. Appreciate you joining us, Eric Hooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
Awesome stuff. All right, so let's jump into it. So for those of you that listen or watch Mondays with Mikey and Murph on Mondays, oddly enough, what a clever title. So I'm not going to rehash the entirety of it. I'll let you guys seek it out should you care. But basically the gist of it was this, is that Mikey and I got into a pretty heated debate about Antonio Brown and whether he was a, quote, distraction or a problem for the team. And now look, Mikey and I are both highly emotional about this team. We love our football team. We're both diehard fans. He typically has a different slant on things that I do, and that's okay. That's why chocolate and vanilla exist in the world. It's because different people like different things. It's okay. Different people think different things, and that's okay. So during this debate, Mikey got pretty fiery, and there was, again, this heated interaction. Okay. So I want to just throw out a couple things just to kind of put this thing to bed, and based on the feedback, a lot of the feedback that we got on the chat and the comments and stuff, okay? And there's a lot of people that support Mikey, a lot of people that support me, and it's not about me versus him. So that's the first thing I want to say is that, look, Mikey and I are buddies off camera. We're buddies off the show. I've been to his house, like we've hung out, like Mikey's a good guy. And so I'm not quitting the show. Like a lot of people are like, oh, this is it. This is when it ends. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm not quitting the show. It's okay. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be around as long as he'll have me. It's his network. It's his show. I'll be there as long as he'll have me. And I don't do the whole cancel culture thing. I'm not going to run away because someone disagreed with me. Okay. It's not that big of a deal. It's just football. Okay. So that's not going to happen. Number two, it wasn't staged. We don't do things for effect. Mosh and I are.
That's you and I.
That's you and me. Yeah. We're animated and we play up, and it's like when the microphones turn on, we turn up. But that's what we're performing essentially. We're essentially on your YouTube stage. It happens. We're a bit more animated than when we're in the car. Well, maybe not all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're like this in the car too. Depends how much coffee we've had.
Or
Apparently
who's
I've had
driving.
a lot because I'm talking a lot.
Yeah, you are.
Anyways, so it's not staged. It wasn't for the camera. It's not for ratings. Look, we get like 3,000 people that watch us on YouTube. Like, we're not doing it for ratings, okay? It's just happened organically. So it wasn't fake by any means. The other thing that I heard a lot of was, Murph, all you want to do is have fun. All you want to do is laugh. Sometimes you got to take this stuff seriously. Well, listen, if you're looking to me or as Uncle Mosh for any kind of seriousness in terms of football, you've come to the wrong spot. And listen, and I don't begrudge anybody that wants to behave that way. If that's their thing, fine. But to me, there are certain things in life that I'm going to take seriously. I'm going to take my faith seriously. I'm going to take the relationships with my family seriously, my ability to be a father and a provider and my career. And like, there's lots of opportunities in my life to take stuff seriously. The effing Raiders is not one of them.
Well, and we're serious about our passion with our pastime. And this is our pastime.
Yes.
This is and we do this. We don't do it necessarily for the word fun, but we do it because we enjoy it. And
yes.
through that enjoyment, we have fun. We have a good time. I liked when Mojo said, he said, I thought I was listening to the Maury Povich Raiders podcast on Monday. Yes, you did. And it was what it was. It was two guys that have two separate opinions arguing, conversing. The Greeks said, the fathers of education said, debate is the highest form of education.
Amen.
And if you can't debate, if you guys weren't going to change each other's minds.
No.
But the idea, it was, man, it's okay.
Yes.
Ron says, I got 3 words for you. Hug it out. Well, there was some long distance hugging going on, but it's not like it was, it wasn't money.
No, that's what I'm saying. In the whole scheme of life, this was not that big of a deal, So, and look, and the last thing is that, and again, I appreciate all of you that stuck up for, me or whatever in that stuff. And it was like, Murph, you got to be, you can't let that guy, take your dignity, and you can't listen, guys, listen. I appreciate it. But if he wants to hoot and or anybody, not just Mikey, wants to hoot and holler and rant and rave, I'll sit there and just let you go. Like, it's just, again, the severity of the situation is just talking about Raiders football, which, I'm going to have fun with it no matter what. Even in those moments with that debate with Mikey, look, it's still fun to me. It's podcasting, it's YouTubing, it's a good time. And so the day that it stops being that, you won't see us anymore. That's right. Like, if we stop having fun and this becomes a job, then you won't see us. We'll flip off the microphones. That's the reason that we give everything away, because we're not here to make money. We're not here to be taken seriously. We're not here to be your professional analyst. There's plenty of that in the world. There's plenty of people that pretend to be that in the world. We're not the guys for that. I'm not the guy for that. So when you see me on Mondays with Mikey Murph, just understand that's where I'm coming from on it. And it's nothing but love. And so again, I appreciate everybody that supported me on it. And anybody that didn't, that's okay too. And I just want you all to know that this is all just Raiders football. And listen, here's the bottom line. We got so much to be excited about this year. Let's not let all this dumb stuff rob us from the idea that we just beat the snot out of the Cardinals. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But that's kind of where I wanted to land on that thing. Mosh, you got anything before we move on?
Well said. I love how our chat is the best, and I'm with them. They've all said that we've missed it over the last few weeks when we were doing a dining table with Murph and Mosh. But Running Bear says, hey, man, he says, we all don't always come from the same path in life or get along without a bruise or two, but we're family, and we are the Raiders, and I dare anyone to mess with anyone from the nation.
Absolutely.
And, come on. It's true. And, hey, it's in about 6 weeks when you were looking at our record.
Yes.
And we're going, damn, we're for real. We are for real.
Come on,
it'll be a whole lot more.
Awesome.
It'll be people will have forgotten about that.
Amen.
We'll be laughing about that.
Amen, Mosh. Amen.
Remember when you and Mikey divorced?
Yeah. Remember that one time you guys almost had strokes on the air? Yeah, I sure do. Okay, so let's jump into our first segment. We haven't done this one, Mosh, in a minute. So last year, we were doing a segment we called 3 Reasons, okay? So 3 reasons typically would be before a regular season game, and we would do 3 reasons why the Raiders were going to win, or 3 reasons why the Raiders were gonna lose. And it started off with me and Sonny, actually, and it was more of like a debate thing. But then you and I kind of honed it down and just made it 3 reasons about here's why this is going to happen. Well, I thought I would resurrect the segment. So here's the intro, and we're going to do 3 reasons why this Antonio Brown deal is not that big of a deal.
Give me one reason why I should listen to you.
Give me one good reason. Give me one good reason why I...
So you give me one good reason.
Give me one good reason.
Give me one good reason. Give me one good reason.
Why don't you give me one reason?
3 reasons.
333, 333. It's always 333. It's always the same.
I can think of 3 real good reasons. 3 reasons.
Top 3.
Top 3.
All right, so here's 3 reasons, Mosh. Now, when Mosh and I do this in the regular season, I'll give a reason, he'll give a reason, I'll give a reason, whatever. Okay, we're not even gonna pretend to be analysts. I'm not even gonna give you my opinion on Antonio Brown. You want to hear it? You can go rewind to Mondays with Mikey and Murph from Monday night on Air Nation on YouTube or on our channel, Murph's Fan Cave. Let's go 3 reasons from the sources, and you make up your mind. And this is what my whole point is, and I got a feeling Mosh is too. So first, let's go to Antonio Brown on his reason.
I mean, for me as an athlete, you got to have tough skin. I mean, people can always talk and try to bring you down. I just think it's tough for the people that love me, the people that know me and actually have to hear it when they know the type of person I'm is and what I stand for. So, I hate when my mom called me and like my dad called me, what the fuck, retirement, like where you get that from? I'm like, I never said that, but that's the hardest part, for me as an athlete. You gotta have tough skin and not be able to pay attention to what people say, because everyone don't really hate me, maybe a small percentage of people. So I like to focus on the big picture, but if you guys can calm it down, man, it's really distracting my family. So you guys help me out with all that stuff you guys put out there. I don't mind, but to my family, they get really stressed out.
As a follow-up,
Mosh, he says to the media, if you guys could calm it down, that would be great, because you're winding up my family. Well, guess what they're doing to Raider Nation too? Talk to me. Like,
yeah.
what?
He says. I mean, basically, he's doing what we've been doing for as long as this show has been on the air. We've been calling out fake sports, and that's what they do. That's why we say we're not analysts. Even though we analyze the information that comes across, we're more like condensers.
We're condensers.
We're condensers.
Yes.
We bring it in, we condense it, and we set it out there to you guys to let you make up a decision. If it's our opinion, we're going to tell you, hey, that's our opinion.
And we'll differentiate between news and opinion.
Exactly.
And that's where these guys blur lines, and that's what Antonio Brown is talking about. And that's been my hot take on all this stuff, is that there is news that gets reported, then there's an opinion that gets reported, and then they don't differentiate between the two of them. And I'm not getting on my media soapbox. You guys have heard that plenty of from me. But doesn't that make sense? Like, and I think, Mosh, like, this is the sort, like, one of my points to Mikey, and I want to hear your feedback on this. I'm willing to trust Antonio Brown, Mike Mayock, and John Gruden at their word. And should that ever vary, should they ever get proven to be liars, then I'll take umbrage. But until that ever happens, everything they've ever said came true. So what reason do we have to mistrust them other than because Mike Silver tells us to?
Yeah. What? Oh, we're spinning. Oh, there it goes. Okay, we're back. What have they done in the past to set themselves up as liars? What have they done in the past to set themselves up as misrepresenting what's happening? We said it last week. We said if he walks away, if he takes his old hat and his bad feet and he walks away, we're not out anything.
It doesn't cost us anything.
It doesn't cost us anything. We're not out anything. So
what's the problem?
So where's the rub?
Yes. I agree. All right, so I mentioned, AB, Mayock, and Gruden. So this is now the freaking sound clip heard around the world. Let's hear it, though. Mike Mayock.
You all know that AB is not here today, right? So here's the bottom line. He's upset about the helmet issue. We have supported that. We appreciate that, okay? But at this point, we've pretty much exhausted all avenues of relief. So from our perspective, It's time for him to be all in or all out. Okay? So we're hoping he's back soon. We got 89 guys busting their tails. We are really excited about where this franchise is going, and we hope AB is going to be a big part of it starting week 1 against Denver. End of story. No question.
Mosh, he says, end of story, no questions. And I want you to hear your feedback on this. One of the reasons I don't feel like this is the big issue that everyone, or not everyone, but a lot of folks are feeling that it is. I don't think Mike Mayock, the alpha male, the GM, John Gruden, the alpha male, the head coach, will allow this to fester. Jack Del Rio, yes, he would have. Reggie McKenzie, yes, he would have. These things would have festered into bigger things. These two guys, you just hear Mayock right there. Like, tell me what your thoughts are on that.
Okay, I need you to play it again and then stop it when I tell you.
Okay.
You all know that AB is not here today, right? So here's the bottom line. He's upset about the helmet issue. We have supported that. We appreciate that.
Stop. Everybody forgets that part. What's bugging AB? He's upset about the helmet issue. We support that. We understand that. Why do we forget that part of the speech? Because of what he said afterwards, where he said he's in or he's not. But he starts off saying we support AB. We support his argument about the helmet issue. Hello. Tap, 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 tap. Are you out there, Raider Nation? Mayock said, play it one more time from the beginning.
Okay.
Here's the bottom line. He's upset about the helmet issue. We have supported that. We appreciate that. Okay, but at this point, we've pretty much exhausted all avenues of relief.
What? How is that? See, I don't understand. Giving somebody, if you want to call it an ultimatum, you want to give them a deadline, you want to put them on the spot to be forced to make a decision, whatever it may be. Why is that
you know what? No. I'll tell you why. And Bob Ellis in the chat room, nailed it.
Okay.
Nailed it, puts it to bed. Support doesn't get clicks.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob. Absolutely.
Well done, sir. Well done, Bob.
And we have said that from the beginning.
Absolutely.
It's all about the clicks.
All about the clicks, man. And every time you click, you make somebody money. Just remember that, Raider Nation. All right, next up, let's hear from the coach.
Is that a joke or what? Yeah. Yeah, he's all in. That's what he said.
Did he practice that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I gotta ask him, was that helmet on?
Yes, he did. Yep.
Is it a new helmet?
It's a certified helmet, Vic. So he's all in, ready to go. That's my understanding, and really happy to have him out here. He's a great player.
Helmet aside, how's he running and cutting, and where is he in that part of his game?
Good. He's really good. Yeah, he's showing great retention of what we're doing. He didn't miss the off-season program. He's been here and out of here in meetings, and it's just good to have him back. But he's in great shape. He's running hard and running good routes.
Is the feet no longer an issue for him at this time?
I don't think so. You'd have to ask him that.
All right, Mosh. I'm going to ask you, and then I'm not going to say anything on this. I'm going to ask you, and then I'm going to play one more on this. Does that sound like he's worried?
Yeah. No, it just sounds like he's probably going to have to cut into his 3 hours of sleep tonight. Which are filled with 178 minutes of nightmares. Come on. Seriously.
Right? Okay. Now here's the
and Murph, it makes me nuts because he never planned ever from the beginning to play the preseason.
No. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing tangible that's been negative. All that's resulted is 2 wins, and one of them we absolutely whipped the Cardinals. Where's the bad news?
Yeah. Coach Davis says the truth ain't good enough.
I guess not. But here's the icing on the cake. This to me was finally it, and this puts it to bed. I said it was 3 reasons. You heard them from the 3 men themselves, but Coach Gruden has a follow-up. And after this, Mosh, I'm going to say let's just hit the audio and move on to the next thing because this, to me, is it. You want to know what all this is going to impact? Here we go.
Sean, you guys are putting in a lot of work, certainly a lot going on, the Hard Knocks cameras, the headlines. How would you gauge the mentality and the mindset of this team?
I wouldn't read into all the Hard Knocks being a distraction or the Antonio Brown distractions. There's been no distractions. We've had 89 guys working hard. Our film is out there for you to watch, our first 2 games. If you see a distracted football team, then I disagree with you. So I'm not going to make any more of it than that. There's a lot of teams that are missing star players. My brother's missing one. The Cowboys are missing one. Texans are missing one. That's part of this league. Every year there's exceptions that you got to deal with, and I like our team, man. I like the way we're competing. I like the way we're working.
What's going on, Raider Nation? It's your boy Mikey Raider from On Air Nation, and I wanted to let you know that you need to become a made man. That's right, with Raiders Fan Radio, Murph's Fan Cave, get made like I did. Check out, buy these t-shirts to support, get it done, get made, and become a made man. It's Mikey Raider, love you all, peace.
You know, I gotta tell you, Murph. Okay. He did not. Pardon me. He did not ask for his money back after Monday's show. Much love to Mikey.
No, absolutely, man. Mikey. You know we love you, brother. All right, so So you heard from Gruden there, and for those of you that had a chance to watch the Raiders play the Cardinals this past Thursday, man, we whipped them. It was ugly, and it was ugly in the most beautiful way. And look, I know better than to get too fired up about the preseason, but I'm going to just say this. We are clearly the Super Bowl favorites. We're probably going to go 16-0, and at least half this roster is Hall of Famers. But I don't overreact to this stuff.
And you heard it from a good source.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, man. You know, I'd love to know what the line is.
Okay.
You know, in the casinos, you know what? What were they saying like before this started? Where were we? You know, and how much has it changed?
How much has it changed?
That'd be really fun to research. We gotta get Swaggo on that.
And we should have. You know what? Next time we're down and doing our casino sports, we need to drop a hundo on the Raiders to win the AFC or something, just to see what the what's going to happen with the odds there on that. So speaking of lines on this stuff, if you look at some of the stat lines. So Derek Carr only threw 2 passes. They were both completed. One of them was for
caught them.
Yeah, one of them was thanks for catching them, guys. One of them was for a touchdown, and he had a perfect passer rating. Mike Glennon, 11 for 14, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, and guess what? A perfect passer rating. Our defense destroyed the Cardinals' stupid air raid. We were blitzing 8-9 guys at a time. Kyler Murray didn't know what to do with himself, especially when Arden Key and LaMarcus Joyner collapsed on him in the end zone for safety. I'm telling you, look, I'm not the kind of guy that gets crazy about the preseason. I understand what the preseason is. It's player evaluation, but damn it, if you didn't have fun watching this game, where's your pulse as a Raider fan? This game was an absolute blast. It was so much fun to watch, man. And the young players, man, from everybody from Rico Gafford and Keelan Doss and Darren Waller and, Carrier had a touchdown in the game. Grant had a touchdown. It was like, we were killing them, man.
Yeah,
we were killing it. And I said going into this thing, to me, the poetry would have been Cleveland Farrell to sack Kyler Murray. Because everybody was wondering, the Raiders, again, stupid media, the Raiders are going to draft Kyler Murray with the first pick. Or they're going to move up and get him. And all that garbage. We were going to trade Carr and all that stuff. All that crap we told you guys was a bunch of trash, and it turned out to be a bunch of trash. Well, so I thought that would have been most poetic for that to happen.
We can't. Our brain trust. I mean, you and I, we research and we read and we listen and we look and we watch, but our brain trust, the chat room on the YouTube, is freaking amazing. Coach Davis says, we win the Super Bowl, and they're still going to be talking about AB being a distraction.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
so why would they want to say anything good about, hey, the Raiders are for real. The Raiders look. No, let's not talk about how we demolished the Redbirds down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
right?
talk about all the distractions.
All the crap. Hey, you know what? And speaking of that, I'm glad you brought that up because I do have one more little thing for you here on that. Even though we've moved off from AB, but it's important because what his point was about the media. There are a handful of responsible reporters out there. They're becoming few and far between, even on the beat writers. But there is one guy that's been a stalwart as far as in terms of a Raider reporter, and he's not an apologist. If you follow him long enough, you'll see he's not an apologist. This guy's not a honk for the team, but he's just very realistic, and he's very mature and, professional in his role, and that's Jerry McDonald, okay? And Jerry McDonald of the I guess it's a Bay Area news group. He's the one that he was a former cohort of Matt Schneidman, who's now moved on to the Packers. But anyways, follow Jerry McDonald on Twitter. He's at Jerry McD, okay? Jerry McDonald says this in terms of the media and their reporting around Antonio Brown. Do I think it's possible someone from Brown's camp leaked the retirement story? Jerry says, absolutely. Do I think a reporter would take that information, apply logic, and disregard it? Absolutely. Tell me how awesome Jerry is, right?
Right. Jeez.
Perfectly said. So we're with you, Coach Davis. Appreciate that. All right. So that was definitely a lot of fun. One of our young stars talked and did a little press conference after the game, and let's hear from. I'll tell you what. Let's listen to Josh Jacobs, and then we'll hear John Gruden break down the locker room.
I think it just speaks volumes on what they think of me and what they see in me. So I'm just honored to be out here and happy to play football.
Coach Gruden said you picked it up quickly, picked up things really fast. You feel that way? Things come pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it's slowing down for me already. So, I mean, that's the only way I can really explain it.
Right. Did you expect to get run heavy right away and get you involved? And was that part of the game plan you talked about going in?
Yeah, he actually asked me, what plays I wanted to run and things like that. I knew I wasn't going to play too long. But, yeah, so he made it fun for me.
Have that whole first-team offense go on the field and score must have been pretty good feeling for you.
Yeah, I mean, this is our second week scoring on the first drive, so we're just trying to keep that momentum as offense.
All right, Mosh. He says that he already sees the game starting to slow down. I'll tell you what I think on it. So I want to hear you first, though. Do you think it's possible? Here we are, just a handful of plays, 2 preseason games in. He's seen his first training camp. Can the game start slowing down that quick already?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I think I said it before. I think so much stuff is scripted as far as what they're doing and when they're doing it. If you almost want to think that if things are slowing down, if things are speeding up, it's by plan. But I don't know. But that's just me. That's just me.
Okay. Well, that's fair. And I thought similar that I think that it's fair for him to say the game is starting to slow down, but I think there's degrees. And I think that 2 years from now, the game slowing down to him will mean something completely different than what the game slowing down means to him now.
Right.
And I think
that's true. I got that.
He may have begun a process, but he is far from reaching his potential, far from his ceiling. You know what I mean? So I think if 2 years from now, if we fast forward the clock and ask him, hey, Josh, was the game fast forward? Was the game seem faster to you really back then? He'll probably tell you, well, maybe not as much as I thought. That's just my thought on it. Yeah. I don't know. Who knows? Opinions are like culos, right?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so let's hear Coach Gruden in the locker room.
Man, that's how you play on the road. Man, a short week, you get up, you're at a hotel, you don't know where you are, you come out and play a great football game. Give yourself some more. Hell of a job. Hell of a job. Right, that's what we said last week. We're going to raise the bar from L.A. to Phoenix, and we did that, right, fellas? Just look around, man. We got a lot of good players here. We got some great players. We got a chance to do something. 1, 2, 3, Raiders!
All right, I love hearing him break it down in the locker room, man. That one wasn't as funny as they have been in the past, but somebody did something funny. Go ahead, tell me.
Coach Davis is on fire tonight. Okay. He said, Murph, Don't speculate.
Oh, my gosh. Here we go. That's what it would all ran around. I was staring down the barrel of the camera, yelling at people. I was on. Oh, wait, let me do it again. Here we go. I was staring down the barrel here at the camera. I was telling, don't be a speculator. Well, because
that's so
that's
funny.
the thing, man, is that, and this is what was my challenge to Mikey, and this is my challenge to anybody, and this is not to rehash, but I mean this in terms of the Raiders and anything else. Give me your argument and state something that's reality and not a speculation, either by you directly or by somebody in the media, and I'll take you very seriously. How about that? I said I wasn't going to take anything seriously, but you know what I mean? But if you think about it, like if you could tell me something that any of this stuff has actually, like what is the... All right, I'm not getting on the soapbox. I'm going to say one quick thing, and I want to hear your feedback about it. I want to hear way more about you than me on this, because I've already blurted all my, verbal diarrhea on all this. Okay, so at the end of the day, there's a W column and an L column. Everything builds towards putting numbers in one or the other. Well, until we get to a point where we start putting numbers in one or the other, there's no tangible way other than a coach or a teammate coming out and publicly stating that guy sucks. He's bothering me. There's no other metric. Is there, or am I crazy, Mosh?
No, but you're right. So again, it was said earlier, click it. That they're looking for the clicks, Oh man, it's too funny. Too funny. I love it.
All right, so speaking of numbers and speaking of actuality of things, the Raiders get busted up every year on Madden, other than after the 2016 season. Our guys typically always have low ratings. It's I swear, there's a bias against the Raiders on everything. But this was cool. So the Madden ratings adjusters, and I'm going to play this, and I'm going to go over and grab my controller because I got to show you my new controller. The Madden.
Oh, boy, can't wait.
Oh, no, this is cool. So the Madden ratings adjusters were at Raiders practice, and this was actually on. Are you going over there?
I'm getting your controller.
Okay, grab it for me. Yeah, this will be cool. So the Madden ratings adjusters were at training camp, and the players had a chance to confront the adjusters, and it was great because basically they challenged them on their rating. So for those of you that are Madden players, you know that that stupid Kermit the Frog quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs is on the cover, right? And so knowing that, and I didn't want to alter the cover again because I altered it last year. You see my Derek Carr Madden cover, Madden 19 cover over here, and everybody yelled at me because they said I jinxed Derek Carr. So I didn't want to do that again. So I didn't want to change the cover, but I had to do something to counter Kermit the Frog. So what I did is I went out and got a custom controller. Check this thing out. You can get these at the Xbox Design Lab, and look at it. It's got my nickname on there. It's got Murph on there, and then it's got the Raiders, a couple different, where are they at? A couple different Raider logos on there. One is up there by the buttons, and then the other one is down there on the handle. And that's like embossed into the thing. Like that's not like a sticker or nothing. Like that's actually printed into the controller, and you get these cool custom rubber grips and all that kind of stuff. So it's awesome. So as my cousin Sonny would say, didn't help. Because he still whips my ass every time we play Madden together, but I have a lot of fun, and I feel better having a Raider controller in my hand with Kermit being on the cover. But anyways, all right, enough about me. Let's listen to the players. So this is Arden Key, this is Jonathan Abram, this is LaMarcus Joyner, this is Keon Hatcher, and they're all taking a run at these Madden guys.
Good to meet you, man. Madden NFL. We're here to talk about man, why y'all got my rating so low? Why y'all playing like that? You're young, man. What that supposed to mean? You got to show up on film. We haven't seen it. You got all of us like sorry. Eric Harris, Carl Joseph, our rating way too. That's underrated, the most underrated. My man Keon. What you mean? My man Keon Hatch. You got 83 catching though, man. My catching better than 83 though. Who's the most in need of an upgrade? Carl Joseph. Oh really? LaMarcus Joyner should be at least 90 plus. AB should be 100. Derek Carr is like 82. What do you think you should be? Like 90.
Don't let him hate on you, man.
What's up, bro? Keep it good, man. He must got a good range.
Hey, and like I tell everybody, after about 3 weeks, y'all gonna boost my ratings.
Your overall 70? Bro, they got me like 64 on them. I don't even want to talk no more. Come on, man. Stop playing.
Definitely gonna be watching.
Nah, for sure. You can reach me on social media anytime you want. All right, y'all have a good one.
Thanks for stopping by, man.
No problem. Thank you.
This is Kevin, the Raider Nerd, live at the Oakland Raiders tailgate. Raiders! We got Gorilla. Say hi to Uncle Mosh and Murph.
I love you guys. Much love from the black hole, baby. Just win.
All right, Raider Nation. So we've, of course, Hard Knocks is the big story around the league. It's a big story in television. It's the big story in a lot of different facets of pop culture right now. And we love seeing our Raiders on there. And before we jump into the Hard Knocks audio, and I've got just one clip for you. Actually, I'll tell you what. Let me play that first. Or do I want to play that first? No, I want to tell you this first. And if you want
somebody's had a little coffee this afternoon.
Hey, if you want definitive, decisive content, this is the place to go. No one's wishy-washy on here, unless you're me. All right, so we always kick off our Hard Knocks discussion with a Gruden audio clip. So we're gonna get to that in a second. But first, I want to throw a little stat at you, Mosh.
All right, I love a stat.
You love stats,
except don't do numbers.
Well, I'm
you know how you are.
All right, Chris Potts, put your friggin' tinfoil on because I'm going to go a little bit with the numbers, but I'm not going to do math.
All right, then.
All right, Mosh, you ready for this? The premiere episode of Hard Knocks, 772,000 viewers tuned in for the Tuesday premiere. Okay?
Got it.
One market got 3 times the national average.
Got it.
What market do you think, and tell us chat room too, jump in there, what market do you think was 3 times the national average of every other market in the country?
Okay, so when we're talking markets, we're talking major metropolitan areas.
Yes, sir.
We're talking the areas that have the largest concentrations of population. We're talking New York, we're talking L.A., we're talking the Bay Area, we're talking... Washington, D.C., Houston, Dallas, Miami. We're talking places like that.
Chicago.
I'm going to say I got to go with the guys. I got to go L.A.
L.A., that's a pretty good guess. Do you want 2 more guesses? You want to go try to see if you can get it in 3 guesses?
Holy mackerel.
L.A. is not it.
New York
is not it.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, think outside the box a little bit.
Denver.
That's a good guess. That's pretty close.
Because we got a lot of fans in Denver.
We got a lot of fans in Denver, and there's a lot of, think of it like this, okay? I might lead you into it. There's a lot of haters in Denver.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate the Raiders.
Absolutely.
Where else do you find a lot of haters of the Raiders?
Kansas City.
Worse than that.
Pittsburgh.
Yes, sir.
Are you kidding me? In Pittsburgh?
Because of Antonio Brown. How freaking much are those people up there in Pittsburgh, the frozen block of urine, how much are those people haters? 3 times the national average of any other U.S. market tuned in to Hard Knocks.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Stupid Pittsburgh. Can't stand them. Your most hated team.
Oh, my absolute most hated team.
All right, so Mosh, you didn't get a chance. You had a busy week. It's been audition week for you.
Oh,
so
my gosh, it's been crazy.
So you didn't have a chance to check out Hard Knocks. I watched it last night.
I got it on tape.
You got it on. Yeah. Yep. You'll watch it soon enough. Hey, so I mentioned we always kick off with Gruden's opening speech.
Sure.
This might have been the funniest one at all of them, and their first 2 were brilliant. And then today we got this, or yesterday we got this.
Excuse me, guys. We got some shit to take care of right now, man. Glenn on. Love you, man. We needed a quarterback on the team who had a lot of neck. We got a good guy for
that. They're dying.
John Gruden, University of Dayton. I do this shit for free. You know why? Because I love football. Knock on wood if you're with me. I watched something the other night that impressed me tremendously. A guy by the name of Hunter Renfrow. It's pretty spectacular, man. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Gotta stop cussing, man. All right, here's the deal.
I love how they kick in the
You guys need
music.
to go out there and run over these guys tomorrow. Now I'm gonna yell for no reason. Okay.
Why don't you do something funny here tonight, Frank?
I ran out of stuff about 5 minutes ago, man.
The autumn wind.
Oh, isn't that great, Mosh? That's the first time you heard that, huh?
Oh my gosh, I'm crying. That is phenomenal.
Oh, he's the best.
That is phenomenal. Man, unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And we played Frank when he was on DP show last week, and that was
Yeah.
great. But man, Gruden with the final shot. Why don't you say something funny here, Frank? Oh, that was amazing.
That
man.
was phenomenal.
So
and
funny.
I love the balls that Gruden has to come out there and absolutely 100% poke fun at himself. Those guys needed that.
Yes.
They needed
Yes.
that. They needed their big dog. Yep. Gruden may not call himself the shepherd, but he's the baddest sheep in the flock.
Absolutely.
And to poke fun at himself, hilarious.
Absolutely. So this was a good episode, Mosh. A lot of fun. Last week, the Max Crosby, that was pretty cool seeing what he went through and how he recovered from that. There wasn't any severe situations like that came up, but this was definitely they started as we expected. The first episode's the first episode builds the legacy of the team. Then it starts to develop the veterans, and then it starts to break down some of the lower tiered guys. And we saw a lot of that in this episode. And I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it for anybody else that hasn't seen it yet. But that's what we start to see. We start to see the different position battles start to form a little bit. Sure. We start to see the other thing too is that, look, they ended the show with that Mike Mayock statement. But they really went out of their way to show that, there's a lot of camaraderie in this team. There's a lot of people getting along. And anybody that criticized AB of, quote, not being a leader, BS, man. He's freaking yucking it up with everybody. Everyone's happy to see him. They all get along. It's just great. One of the funniest parts, and one of our callers alludes to this later, Tyre Whitehead at one point is walking around without his shirt off. And I don't know if you probably haven't seen a picture of him without a shirt off or without a shirt on. He's built like a brick, he is just an impressive
he's a beast.
Specimen as far as build. Hunter Renfrow is not. And John Gruden puts a picture. John Gruden at one point, it's so funny. He goes, in the offseason, we said that we were going to get bigger. We were going to get stronger. We were going to get faster. And so we drafted Hunter Renfrow. And they show a picture of him, and he's like this doughy white guy. It's the funniest thing. So, so seeing that was really fun. And what, again, one of our callers brings that up later. It's hilarious. But so there was some funny moments, but it was just overall, it was a great episode. I don't think it was as good as the first two, and I think that's because I'm a sucker for the legacy of the team, and seeing Madden and all that kind of stuff, and I think that was all good, but it's definitely hit its stride, and I can't wait to see how this thing finishes out, man. And chat room, Eye Patch is in there, Q Dog's in there, Chris Potts, the Big Easy, Kevin the Raider Nerd's in there, Corey. Ron the Materator is in there. EDP is in there. Dave is in there. Doug is in there. Y'all tell me what you thought. I thought it was great. Again, none of it's been bad yet, but I thought it was a little bit of a drop off in terms of just flat all overall entertainment. But the thing that really resonated with me, aside from the humorous moments, was they went out of their way to show that there is nothing unhealthy about the communication between Antonio Brown and Gruden, Antonio Brown and Mayock, Drew Rosenhaus and John Gruden.
Right.
They're walking together and talking, and Drew's breaking him down very specifically. Here's what we're doing. Here's why we're doing it. Here's what our goals are. Gruden is supportive of it. There's not contentious. You know what I mean?
Yes,
it's not adversarial at all. So anyways, that was my big takeaways. Tell me, guys, what you thought of it. And it was definitely a lot of fun to watch. All right, Uncle Mosh, you got anything on that, or you want to jump into Sea of Fans?
Good. Well, let's go. Let's hit the Sea of Fans mailbag.
Hit the button.
is fading, looking. He's under the gun. He's caught. He throws. It is.
He caught it.
Hey, real quick before you jump into the call from the Capo, Kevin in there. He mentioned it in his call, and Kevin the Raider Nerd in the chat just mentioned how great the music has been. Yeah, and I like that they're featuring Bay Area bands. We've heard Metallica, we've heard Green Day, and these are, San Francisco or East Bay bands like Berkeley and stuff. Like, yeah, I love that. I think it's great, and the music has definitely been top notch. All right, you want to go from call from the Capo before we got a lot of emails tonight.
Yeah.
What do you want to do there? You want to do call first?
Nah, we got to hit the Capo.
Got to hit the Capo first. Let's hear from him. If you call the show at 909-345-3346 and leave us a message, and we play your message 3 times, you become what we call a made man, and the made man of the made men is Aaron, the Q-Dog Raider. We call him Capo, and we hear from him every week.
Greetings. It's your Capo, Aaron, the Q-Dog Raider, making his weekly call. Hello, Sonny, Murph, Mosh, Swag Jeff, Little Murph, Nation. Watched the last episode of Hard Knocks, and I gotta admit, they did a really good job encapsulating what it is that this whole media phenomenon that is the Antonio Brown saga. Listen, I've been listening to a lot of national sports radio, and one thing that seems to be the consensus is the hate is dialed up on the nation. They want to keep on drudging up that we're the clown card that we used to be for the past 17 seasons. But let's go ahead and make this quite apparently clear. We're back. The payback tour is definitely what's going to go down this season.
Preach.
Now,
sir.
I don't put much stock in this preseason, call it exhibition football, but I know this much. From top to bottom, from left to right, from first to third string, we're better. And I like the organization. And I'm taking notes. I'm sitting here listening to, a lot of comparisons to the Browns. And it's amazing how, OBJ can go from the Giants to the Browns, and all of a sudden he's lauded as, being reinvigorated, being cast aside, being put in a football purgatory. But you know what? The Browns are a shining story. Yet the Raiders, who parallel on so many levels, enter AB, we're always seen as, the team that, just can't seem to get it right. Well, we're going to show and make a lot of believers out of the non-believers this particular season. The hit list, you know what? I'm going to put it on mothballs this week. Everybody gets a pass. So I'll talk to you all later. Oh, and I want to give a special shout out to my man and respect to my newest friend out here way in West Texas, Sugar Shane. Drew.
Nicely done, Aaron. I like that he put the hit list. Aaron, of course, is famous for his hit list every week. And he'd been calling for Johnny Townsend for a while. And sure enough, Johnny Townsend found his way to the back room there and got whacked from the Raiders roster.
And that was a nice thing to do, Capo. Because it's not going to be much longer, and those 89 guys are going to be getting hit listed. A lot of them. It's going to happen soon enough.
Be at 75 next week, and then 53 in 2 weeks. So it's gonna hit and hit quick, and that's where the Hard Knocks is going to pick up, man. And we're going to see it all. And tell me something real fast before you jump in the emails. What are your thoughts on that? Some people are. It's going to happen. So it doesn't matter whether we like it or not. They're going to show Mike Mayock having conversations with players, cutting them loose, or Gruden or whoever else. What do you think about that? Kind of, is it exploiting these young men and their dream ending, or is it just, look, it's a public job, it's a privilege to even be there to begin with? Like, what's your take on that? On them showing the cuts?
I think that, gosh.
Kind of a tough question.
It's part of it's part of the game we love. You want to put out the best product you can, and you want to put out the best guys out there, and this is what they're doing. It's what I do as a director. I hold auditions, and I have a kid that a young adult or wherever I'm casting, and I got people that I know are talented, and they come in, but if they're not up to par, I know what they can do, but can I rely on that? So it's part of what it's part of what we love, and it's sad, so to speak, but by the same token, we got to put that aside and we got to move on. And it's the way it is, man. It's just the way it is. There's
competitive, and
there's stuff. There's practice squads. There's other teams.
Sure.
There's how much work are you willing to put in? Do you want to try it again? You want to come back? I mean, it all comes down to I got to put the best foot forward. And Gruden said it. He goes, "You're going to have to crush somebody's dreams."
Yeah, that's it, man.
So it's
you're talking
tough.
the elite of the elite, and I've told my kids and even kids that I've coached, and I got a lot of this, of course, my mentorship from you in terms of how to coach and approach on things, is that winning is fun, but more often you lose, and it's important in life to learn how to lose because you're going to get passed over for a job. You're going to get dumped by a girl. You're not going to get into the school you want to get into. Like, you lose a lot in life. And if you don't learn how to process that and deal with it, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that goes beyond football.
Sure.
So while I feel bad for these guys that they're in that moment and it's their dream they've been working for the entirety of their life, and a lot of them are seeing it and in that moment, and it's on display for all of the nation to see, at the end of the day, a lot of these guys are 24, 25 years old. They have so much life left to live that, if that's the moment, you got to learn that lesson that, sometimes you lose.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that, but that's to me, as much as that's a painful moment for those guys, therein lies the beauty of sports.
And
that's where sports becomes more than just the scoreboard.
It's true. And he has said, Gruden has said, and they've all said in the last couple of weeks, we got 89 guys here busting their ass. We got 89 guys here busting their ass. They could have 129 guys there busting their ass. They
still only got 53 spots,
but it's cut off at 90, right? I mean, that's
right.
90 to bring into camp. But they could have a whole lot. They could double that. And it would still, when it's all said and done, it's got to be the 53 best.
Yeah.
It's got to be the 53 best, and no Johnny Townsend.
No Johnny Townsend. That's why it's 89. All right, Uncle Mosh, let's go ahead and jump into the emails, and then we'll get to some voicemails. And I'm going to go use the restroom.
All right, then. Hello, gentlemen. Hope you are well. Congratulations to Mikey and Murph for another stress-free, calm edition of Mondays with Mikey and Murph. I love your passion, fellas. I need to get something off my chest, and everybody seems to have an opinion on Antonio Brown. So here's my take on things. A.J. Cole, Tyrell Williams, Jonathan Abram, Trayvon Mullen, Josh Jacobs, Alec Ingold, Vontaze Burfict, Trent Brown, Richie Incognito, Darren Waller, Foster Moreau, Keelan Doss, Clelin Ferrell, Max Crosby, Arden Key, and 2 amazing, decent wins. All hugely positive stories to come out of the first few weeks of training camp. Yet all people want to talk about is a negative story that was never really going anywhere. I'm not having a dig at Mikey when I say this. I love his work and watch every video to soak up the passion and opinion. An opinion he's entitled to as a Raider. The other fools don't have an opinion. Excuse me. The other fools don't have an opinion to me unless it's constructive and leads to an adult discussion. That's why I stick to podcasts these days. I've just watched Coach Gruden telling folks AB is around. He hasn't missed that much, and there hasn't been a distraction. I believe Mike Mayock's statement earlier in the week was a message to everyone that whatever the issues were/are, they have to stop before it does become a distraction. It seems to be over now, so move on, people. Nothing to see here. I have to say, the one person I felt sorry for in all of this was Swag Jeff. He's invested so much into 84. It must have been torture for him. So everybody, let's take a knee and pray for Swag Jeff at this difficult time. A couple of things. I love it when Jeff gets poked at. A couple of things to finish on. I went through the current roster earlier, and I tried to pick my 53, but I still only get the number down to 61. So how the heck are they going to trim it is anybody's guess. I don't even envy that task, but it's great to have this kind of problem for a change. Finally, during Capo Q-Dog's excellent message last week, he called me his lordship. Is that,
funny.
classed as another title?
Oh!
Because it's getting a bit congestion at the bottom of this screen. Love you, Raider Nation. Paul Egerton from Shropshire, Mississippi. Paulie Award winner 2019. Sizzler scorekeeper. Proud made man. One-time one-time winner of the Raiders Fan Sizzler Award, otherwise known as his Lordship Paul.
Oh, I love it. I like his Lordship Paul. That's good, man. I like it. Good stuff there, Paul. Appreciate you, as always, representing from Shropshire, Mississippi, otherwise known as England, they call it, Mosh.
All right. So, across the pond?
Across the pond. Stay over there. Let's stay in the
guys,
UK.
Hope you're all well. Loving the show as always and enjoying all the chat around training camp and Hard Knocks. I'm writing this on Tuesday evening, and conscious that I've yet to see Hard Knocks Episode 3. But like Jonathan Abram, I can't keep my electronic mouth, a.k.a. email, shut any longer. Time for a reasonably warm take. I've been a Raider fan longer than I care to remember, and I've seen many great players don the silver and black over the years. But I've also witnessed more than a few that were great on paper or for their previous teams, but ultimately didn't justify our belief in them. And then there have been those that, in my humble opinion, due to their attitude or behavior, were not worthy of those silver and black colors. Randy Moss, Jeff George, Warren Sapp, Jabubba Fat Ass, etc. Maybe it's my dour Scottish for gloomy disposition, but as the AB soap opera unfolds, I'm struggling to fight the impression that he is destined to join those infamous ranks. I'd like to believe that this is just that, a soap opera, either driven by AB himself as some kind of weird smokescreen, or by the presence of Hard Knocks and the interest that generates. As of today, Antonio Brown has been practicing. Though I believe when the helmets went on, he disappeared into the gym, and another helmet grievance has been submitted by him / his agent. So the circus shows no sign of dying down, and I can't avoid the conclusion it's unnecessary and entirely caused by AB himself. I've heard the arguments that he's a free spirit, he's an all-pro, he's worth $30 million, he doesn't need to practice, he's the hardest working receiver in the league, blah, 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 blah. But I also remember that when he joined the Raiders, he stated that he was here to make sure players were held accountable, that he would set the tone and help change the culture. So is this behavior setting the right tone? Is he setting the right example and culture? I don't think so. If the argument that we can work away from the practice grounds on his own and still performs when the season starts is correct, why have team practice at all? Derek Carr's a hard worker, a student of the game, a Pro Bowler, apparently worth $125 million, so he should practice on his own apart from the team too then. Maybe the rest of the proven vets should too. As we say in Scotland, all right. Time will tell whether I'm right or wrong on AB, and I hope it's the latter. Anyway, enough negativity. Just to prove how I'm all in this November, I'll be making a once-in-a-lifetime journey with Silver and Black UK to Oakland to see our Raiders at home against the Lions and the Chargeless Chargers.
Nice.
Somewhere in a time warp, my 15-year-old self is spontaneously combusting at the thought that this could actually happen. It's literally a dream come true. And as part of the trip, we'll be at the Crab Fest. So it'd be great to meet you guys in person, where hopefully I'll have left enough room after all the seafood so you can make sure I eat some humble pie when AB's in the middle of an amazing season.
Oh,
Fingers
nice.
crossed. All the best to you and the rest of nation. May the autumn wind always power our sails.
Wow.
Raider Nation for life. Scotland's Dave Love.
Scotland's David Love. Love it. Man, no pun intended. Love it. That was great. So he's going to be at the Crab Fest? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, he's going to be at the Crab Fest. And man, that's so cool. That's so cool.
That is so cool,
we
man.
get to meet up with him, some of our fans from across the pond. That's amazing.
That's amazing. So I'll be there. Mosh will be there, of course, and our cousin Sonny. will be there, and then Swaggo will be there. So the 4 of us will be at the Crab Fest. So any of you that are going to the Crab Fest, yeah, definitely we will see you there, and that is freaking cool, man. I love that. And then there's even a bigger group of us going to the Raider game, including Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, my buddy Harley from back home. There's the other cousin, your third favorite nephew is going to be there. So man, it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're gonna have a big time that weekend, and we're gonna have the most fun eating raviolis. And then the Raiders are just a nice addition to all of that. All right, Mosh, you got more, don't you?
I do. This is from right up the road a little bit in Kentucky. Murph, Mosh, Nation, and fellow made men. I listened to Mondays with Mikey and Murph and heard that take on Antonio Brown's absence over his issues he has had this camp and preseason. I agree that he will play in a new helmet, but to me, this is not the issue. You see, AB was not happy in Pittsburgh. He was disgruntled over no guaranteed money, as well as lack of friendly or even family-friendly environments, as he complained about his QB not having him over and play dates with their children, etc., etc. My issue is him threatening the team to retire, even though we all agree it's BS, and leaving camp. The Raiders are the team he is threatening now, and even though they have provided him with everything he wanted that he did not receive in Pittsburgh, which caused his unhappiness, I did not know that he calls himself Mr. Big Chest because he is acting like a big boob. I want him to be bigger than this, and I like Mayock said, you are either all in or all out. Now, a few months back, I watched a new person on Raiders Fan Radio and Murph's Fan Cave named Ann Jeff. And Jeff had a Titans hat on and later removed that hat for a Raiders hat.
Sure did.
I was suspicious about the love for the Raiders he would have. We all know that simply sticking feathers up your butt does not make you a chicken. So just putting the Raiders hat on worried me about his allegiance. However, Ann Jeff became Swag Jeff, and Swag Jeff has represented the Raiders and the Raiders Fan Radio very well.
Boom.
Swag Jeff has brought it with the episode numbers and in the tales from the nation. In closing, welcome Swag Jeff to Raider Nation. And remember, win, lose, or draw, it's never the final straw. Raider Nations for life. Sincerely, Jesse Kennett in Kentucky, a.k.a. the Refrigerator Raver. Man, I blew that one.
You got it.
A.k.a. the Refrigerator Raider, proud made man.
Nicely done, Jesse. Boom, man, we're some fire emails tonight, Mosh.
Man.
Very cool. I love the props to Swaggo. And you know what? Listen, I can tell you this, and then Mosh can too. He's known Jeff a lot longer than I have. He taught him, for crying out loud. You've known him since he was 14 years old.
14, yeah.
Man, he's genuine. Like, that was not for show.
He's an all-in guy.
He's an all-in guy. This is not like, I'm going to pretend to be a Raider fan so I can go play radio with you guys. Like, no. Like, he is all about the freaking team. He's rubbing them on vacation right now. He sends us pictures and posts them on social media. They're at the beach with his Music City Raider Nation shirt on and stuff.
Right, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Great stuff. So, yeah,
all
absolutely.
All right, last one from the emails. Hello, Murph and Uncle Mosh.
Hi.
Almost as promised. Still working on Murph's Calavera. But here are some pictures.
I know who this is.
Here are some pictures when we were in your neck of the woods, September 26, 2016.
Right.
The videos I shot in a honky-tonk are too big, 147 megabytes. Bang, sang California Love and Ring of Fire.
Very cool.
My friends and I, who have been attending some games in Oakland for the past 15 years or so, have been voyaging all over the United States and beyond for the past 10 years and attending at least one Raider away game. It's been fun, but it's given me a real sense of Raider Nation. Raider fans are everywhere. I'm going to read that again. Raider fans are everywhere.
Awesome.
So, though I may be sad the team is leaving Oakland and it will be harder for me to see them, I'm still in. Equally committed are my friends who were fans of the team when they were in Los Angeles. Their location is not a prerequisite for my devotion. This year's away game is in Indy. After hearing the tailgate the New Jersey chapter is putting on, I wish it was the Jets. In 2009, we attended the Raiders versus Giants game, and we attended the Raiders invasion party that was in Hoboken that year. Fantastic times. Trinidad from Fairfield, California.
Awesome job, Trinidad.
And he's got some pictures on here.
Okay, show those, Mike.
That it looks like this looks like it says Earl Campbell.
So that's Tennessee.
Right there. That's right there in our stadium.
Yeah, right there at Nissan Stadium,
Yeah.
representing the Raiders, man. 2016. Was that the game when Seth Roberts caught the touchdown in the corner of the end zone to win it? I think that might have been it. Or was that the one with Janet Cal? I don't remember. We played 3 years in a row. Raiders won all three, and they all kind of blended together on me.
Was this when you and me and the other nephews and all that? And that
would have been the year that I got this autograph.
Yeah, that was the year.
That was this year right here that I met, or we all met Marcel Reese down in the end zone, and he signed my
was there as a Titans fan.
He sure
and this
was.
was the start of the conversion.
That's exactly right. Good call, Mosh. All right, you got another one?
No, I'm done.
Oh, you're done. Okay, all right. So thank you for emailing the show. If you want to email us, you could send us one at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. We are at 90 minutes in, so we're going to start blazing through some of these voicemails. Mosh, Google Voice cuts you off after 3 minutes, and you get the dreaded Google Voice of death there. But you know what? If you send us an audio message via an email, you can find a loophole. And I got a surprise.
Oh!
I know. And you know what? And normally I wouldn't even let it go this long. But last week, we said, hey, man, we hadn't heard from this guy in a while. And he's normally an emailer. This guy left us an audio message. And this, my friends, is badass. This is why I didn't put it on your rundown, because I want this to be a surprise to you. We award a sizzler every week to what we think is the best call or best voicemail message. I'm not lobbying for any favorites this week, but I'll just tell you this. This is definitely on my Mount Rushmore, and this is freaking cool.
Hey guys, the Italian Raider born Rico, sending you this voice message from Canary Island. Guys, sorry if I never call you. I will do it. Let me just try to see if you understand what I'm saying. That's why I'm sending you this voicemail, because I'm also tired of writing. Not that I write a lot, but I am. And okay, long story short, guys, a message for all the Raider Nation. If it is not clear, right, to any one of you, some of you know are like me, some other have doubts. Is okay. You have all the right, but I'm telling you, stop thinking about the Antonio Brown situation. We're passing in second plan, we're putting in second plan the fact that we have an outstanding rookie class, right? I was watching the draft, and Clelin Ferrell is from November. That is my pick. I was so excited when I see the pick that it was him, that my girlfriend, she was with me, and said, hey, it's just a draft. You never like that. I said, no, this is my guy. First time in my life, this is the guy I want, because we're changing the culture, because we're creating a new, well, actually, we putting back what it was, the commitment to being commitment to the excellence. We're putting it that back. We bring that back. We turn the things around. And I always had faith in the organization. And I'm on the same page of the organization that is now. I'm in the same page of Mayock and Gruden and all the staff. Why I want that guy? Why I want Clelin Ferrell? I never want Josh Allen. Well, if we get Josh Allen it is. But I prefer all the time Clelin Ferrell. You know why? Because Josh Allen is a Pittsburgh Steeler inside. What about that guy with the bracelets on? Defensive tackle of the Jets. Can't remember the name now. Well, he's too kind of a good guy for us. Too kind of a good guy. We want bad guys in our team. That's what we want. That's why we go Abram. That's why we go Jacobs. That's why we go Ferrell. Now, Antonio Brown's situation, who cares about it? The organization have a plan with or without him. We shouldn't thinking about this. First of all, he's a grown man. He can do whatever he wants. If he want a helmet, why not? Why not give him the chance? They give it to Tom Brady the chance to have the helmet. Let him do it whatever he want. If he's not going to be on the field, he's not going to be on the field. It's not a big problem. We're moving forward because we're moving in a great direction.
Amen, brother.
That's why now, remember the time of Khalil Mack and Mari Cooper? Oh, but if we shop him, if we this and if we that, look where we are now. 3 incredible pick in the first round and a great squad. Look at the defense. We are changing things here. We don't have time for bullshit. Leave that behind. Forget about it. Have faith in the organization. Have faith in Gruden. Have faith in Mayo. have faith in Derek Carr, have faith in the staff, have faith in the team, have faith in the Raiders. Love you all. I'm out.
Mosh, tell me that wasn't one of the best ever right there.
Yeah. Oh,
go, Rico.
Word.
Fantastic. First off, I'm kind of a sucker for audio quality. He's rocking a mic there. He's got something like that isn't like just him doing it on his laptop or something.
No.
He's got like a legit microphone there. So his sound quality is fantastic, but amazing take. We love your emails and your voicemails. Even better. Keep them coming, Rico, man. You're awesome, dude.
And I want him to cook for me. Anybody that talks like that, he's like, okay, you put a little bit of garlic in here and you saute, you get the smell going, and then boom, you throw in the pasta. Oh my God, I love that, man.
Yeah,
that is
Rico's
amazing. It's been a good year, right?
It's been a while since we heard from him, and then we mentioned him on the last show, and then here, look at this, we got a call from him. So
yeah, man,
awesome stuff, man. We love you, Rico. You're great, man. Great. I'm telling you, man, great takes.
Yeah.
I mean,
and he was dead on.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's great content, man.
I loved how I loved all the guys in the chat were like, hey, me and Q-Dog gonna have to go hide a body when this is done.
yeah.
You know,
someone's gonna get whacked after this.
Yeah, Ron had the best though. He goes, Rico's last name is Suave.
Nice. All right, so let's go to. We're going from the Canary Islands all the way to Houston, Texas. This is a little bit of a I don't want to call it sad, but Houston, or we call him Houstorian Raider Steve. He's pretty well connected in the Houston community, especially sports community. He got invited to Cliff Branch's memorial service.
Wow.
Yeah, and so he called and left us a message about that.
Hey, Murph and Mosh, Houston Raider Steve. I was fortunate enough to be invited to the memorial service of Cliff Branch by Roll. He did some work for Cliff's sister's house and Cliff's house. Coach Flores was there. Litnikoff was there. Tim Brown, Lester Hayes, Marcus Allen, Raymond Chester, of course, which is his roommate, and all the other great Raider people were there. And I just want to tell you what a great service it was. Everybody was singing and, putting their hands up in the air. Raymond Chester was his roommate, as I said, and he said one time they were getting ready, they got done, they had to go to practice. Raymond Chester's trying to wake up Cliff, and Cliff, he said, Cliff, you only got about 10 minutes before we get to practice. You're going to get fined. Cliff says, okay, I'm getting up. And then all of a sudden he pulls the blanket back, and Cliff's wearing his helmet, full uniform, his cleats and everything. Anyway, Mark Davis said a story that what happened was right after Cliff's house burned down, they had the shooting in Las Vegas, and Cliff was over there because he wanted to give support to obviously the people over there. And when Cliff passed, Mark Davis got a call from the mayor saying how much he really appreciated the fact that here, after all Cliff had been through, losing his house and everything, that he was out trying to help the people and support the people in Las Vegas. That's the kind of person he was. He was a man of faith. It was just a great outpouring of love, and he lived God's life. And he had a calling, very positive, always had a smile, had a name for everybody. He could outrun everybody. He was first to learn how to run fast by trying to catch his sister. Anyway, great show. Mike Singletary was there too. He went to Worthing High School here in Houston. Cliff Branch. Wheatley was a rival high school where Lester Hayes went. And they were big rivals. They're always playing each other. Always the best teams in the city. God bless and go Raiders. It's the Raiders family. It's all about family and faith.
Absolutely, Houston Raiders.
Great
Steve.
job,
yeah,
Houstonian
man.
Raider.
We couldn't agree more, man. Faith, family, and then football, Mosh. That's what it's all about.
Man,
and
awesome. Great take.
Great take there from Houston Raiders, Steve. All right, next up, we're going to go way up north. We're going to go about as far north as we get as a country, and we're going to hear from our buddy Alaska Raider.
Hey, this is Alaska Raider. Hey, Murph, man, I just want to give you a shout, man. I was watching the Mikey and Murph show, and Mikey was kind of, he kind of went off his little tangent or whatever. And man, I just like it that you keep it real, brother. And I love watching you both. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the yin and the yang. You know, of course, you know, pretty much think just like you, dude. You're smart. You think straight on the lines, man. I mean, I don't know. It seems like you could sort through the bullshit and then figure out what's up with our Raiders, man, and I can see it, dude. And I agree with you 100%. Well, I'm going to say 95%, maybe 95%, you know, because we all have our own opinions. But you don't got to put this on your show or anything, dude. I just wanted to give you some love, man. You know, you handle it well with Mikey, man. But take care. Later.
I appreciate Alaska Raider. And he said, you know, I have to put on the show, but I wanted to put on the show because I think something in there that he said was very important. We like to, we're unapologetically positive Raider fans. But no, we don't want you to agree with us all the time because we got opinions and culos and everyone else has got them too. And we want to know yours. And that's why we ask the chat all the time for their opinion. That's why we want your feedback. That's why we play your voicemails. And we don't want you to just agree with us because guess what? We're just like you. I mean, there's not other than we have microphones and a YouTube camera on. That's it. So please keep those takes coming. Appreciate the support, Alaska Raider. And thank you for, man, I love that we're so diverse in our listenership. Like
Canary Islands to Houston to Alaska.
To freaking Alaska. Like, it's so cool, man. It's so
crazy.
So awesome. So, all right. And now let's go to Southern California and hear from the Sergeant at Arms, we call him here, in terms of the made men on Raiders Fan Radio, and hear from our buddy Big Raider Trucker.
What's going on? The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Big Raider Trucker, a.k.a. Burrito Man, checking in. All right. Hard Knocks has been amazing. And all this AB bullshit going on. I know Murph's getting sick and tired of my text messages. Pretty sure he's already blocked me already. So let's just say this. In my personal opinion, I want to say that this AB noise is beautiful because what's the number one thing everybody wanted to see on Hard Knocks? They wanted to see the relationship on how John Gruden does not like and Derek Carr is not our future quarterback.
Boom.
So you know what? All this AB noise, keep it coming, baby.
Yep.
I love it because they're distracting it from what people really want to see, and that's why it's getting so big on the media, on the national media scale. And it's cool with me. The one thing I will say is he can stay in practice, but you know as long as he shows up week 1, balls out, everyone's going to be riding him. So just let that shit go. You know what I mean? All right. Also, just want to let you guys know, I have booked my flights. I will be up in Oakland for the home opener, checking in Sunday. Let me know who else is up there. Let's meet up. Also, shout out to Mojo Raider. Want to let you know, preparing my liver, brother. I'll see you week 3. You know what's going down. All right, guys. Big Raider Chucker. No, I haven't called in a while. Miss all you guys. And, yeah, I haven't had a burrito lately, so my intestines are doing fine.
His intestines are doing fine.
All right, y'all. Have a good one. I'm out.
Oh, man, I love it. So that's freaking good, man. That's an angle I had not thought of. And yes, Hard Knocks has intentionally stayed away from the Derek Carr, John Gruden dynamic. And I just kind of assumed that it was because there really wasn't much of a story there. It's not a story when guys are just getting along, huh?
No clicks.
Yeah. And hey, we'll take it. We'll take that's a good distraction, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to, so now we're going to go down to Florida. We're all over. I didn't even think about that. We are all over the place, literally all over the country tonight. We're going to go to Florida to a guy who's from, I believe he's from New York, maybe New Jersey. If he's in the chat, tell us, Patch, where you're from. I think it's New York.
Murph, Mosh, Swag, Capo, Nation, Patch. Hey, listen, guys, real quick. I just got done listening to Mondays with Mikey and Murph. I thought I dialed into the wrong station, man. I thought I was listening to the first take. Murph, I hope you recovered from that. Anyway, let's go on to AB. I don't want to get into too much with him. I'm too old for his nonsense. My point of view is, you know what? Put a helmet on, get in the camp, teach these young guys how to act, how to be professional. Let them learn from you. You know, you're one of the best in the game. Let these young receivers learn from you. Let the defensive backs learn how to defend at top level. And, you know, I don't want to look at even if he gets a new helmet this year, we're going to have to deal with this crap again next year. You know, you're a Hall of Famer. Look what happened to Terrell Owens. He acted like an idiot and they kept him out for a year. Poor Cliff Branch didn't do anything wrong and he didn't get in. So AB, if you want your chance at the Hall, stop acting like a prima donna, put a cap on your head and go out and play. At least get in camp.
Yes.
The second, man, I think we got some really good things going on with these receivers and running back battles going on, man. I don't know who we're going to cut as far as receivers, but these guys are going to get scooped up by other teams if they're put on our practice squad. We're going to lose some talent. You know, there's so many good guys out there. The running backs, you know, I wouldn't lose any sleep watching Martin get cut. You know, Washington's playing great so far. You know, I think, to me, Martin's the odd man out. The offensive line, this Parker dude, man, he just worries me. I really don't want him into another year like we had last year at the offensive line. We had so many holes, man. It was like, it was worse than a whorehouse we had more holes than a whorehouse on a Saturday night last year. And I don't want to deal with that again. I'm telling you before, Hard Knocks, it's Tuesday, so it'll be on tonight. I watched last week's episode. Gruden's speech, man, it got me fired up. I don't know about you guys. I was fired up that speech before. I went out and walked the dogs, man. I was ready to bust some neighbors in the lip, smack some heads. I'm really enjoying it, and I hope everyone else is too. Glad we performed well against the Cardinals. My only thing is, what I brought up in the recent call, the second half of games, man, it just worries me. I know it's only preseason, but we went through it last year where we slack off in the second half. Just calling in, saying hello. Go Raider Nation. Love you all. Bye.
Awesome job, iPatch. So iPatch is from South Plainfield, New Jersey, Mach, which is just a skip from New York. It's just like dead west of Staten Island there, it looks like. So, man, New Jersey is strong on this show. We have so many callers, and then of course the guys from the Fan Club Blitz that represent Jersey, and so yeah, that's very, very cool. So, anyways, thank you, iPatch. Great takes there, my friend. Interesting joke.
We're gonna have to. We might have to censor that.
And so, and then iPatch call back again.
Hey, Murph, iPatch calling back. It's Wednesday morning, just heading to work. So I'm like, I watched Hard Knocks last night. And I got one question, man. How can anybody tell Renfro and Whitehead apart, man? They're like identical twins. I mean, it's incredible. Thank God they have different numbers because you wouldn't be able to tell who's who. I mean, the shape and the condition that dude is in, man. He took his shirt off. I had a picture of him with his shirt off there. I tell you, that Renfro's something else.
That's all it was.
Just on Renfro.
Oh my God. I swear, man, when that picture went up, I'm like, holy cow. I'm like, this guy's he was an amazing receiver in Clemson.
Funny.
He was a great receiver at Clemson. And Gruden's giving a crap about his hairline. And he's like, and he's like, this is just the way my hairline. And like, no, it was Carr.
Yeah.
He goes, dude, you look like you're 35. You know what I mean? He goes, are you sure you're 23? It's so funny. So funny. All right. So next up, let's hear from a buddy who's behind enemy lines and hardcore Raider.
Murph, Uncle Mosh, Q the Cat Dog, and Schwago Jeff. This is Hardcore Raider coming at you from Donkeyville. All right. So what are we at? Episode 138. So here's what I got for 138. Jonathan Abrams' college number was number 38. And I think he's going to have a breakout year for us, and I think he's going to be in good contention for Defensive Rookie of the Year. So I'm calling him number one, making my call right now, number one Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and number 38. So there you go, episode 138. All right, are we still talking about Antonio Brown? I guess we are. I'm not even going to say anything about it. But what I will say, like I was saying before, is, if anybody thought we were going to be on Hard Knocks riding off in the sunset on a white horse, dude, you guys are kidding yourselves. A lot of Raider Nation wanting to jump ship. We got to stick together. And, I'm going to ask you a question here. So, do you guys think that team unity is the number one thing for the Raiders to be successful? Is team unity the number one thing for the Raiders to have a successful year? And, I found you guys last year, because all the haters and Raider Nation was devoted. So, here's what I'm going to say. All the haters out there that hated on Raider Nation, I want to give a shout out to all you haters because you guys made me dig deeper and all of the diehard Raider fans dig deeper to be a bigger Raider fan. And, that brought unity to a divided Raider Nation. And I feel, this year we're united. I know this AB stuff is a lot to take in, a lot real soon, real fast, but before a game has been played. But you know what? Whether it's for Hard Knocks, I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't want to talk about it, but all this stuff's going to work out, man. I'm optimistic that, we're almost through the storm on this thing, and let's just keep the vibes, let's keep the positivity, and let's just keep champing on, man. Squash these haters out. Can't wait till game day, Monday Night Football, when we're going to ball out and shut all these mofos up, man. So, like I've been saying, 2019 year of redemption, the Raiders will rise, and ain't no hate holding us down. Ain't no hate holding down Raider Nation, and there's only one nation, and it's Raider Nation. Let's go Raiders. Hardcore Raider out.
Nice job, Hardcore Raiders.
You did a good job.
Yeah, very good call there.
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go. No,
so
I'm talking.
I was going to say, he brings up a great question.
Yes.
Do you got to have unity to be successful? No, you don't. There's been a lot of successful teams that have won a lot of championships that didn't like each other. But
Laverne and Shirley hated each other.
Colby and Shaq.
Absolutely did not get along.
Did not get along.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is this, that unity breeds success.
Absolutely.
So it may not be a necessary component, but it sure as hell helps.
Absolutely.
Just like they say, money doesn't buy happiness, but it's better to be, a rich, miserable person than a poor one.
Absolutely. I think that in football, it's important. Yes, you want team. Absolutely. What Mosh is saying is dead on. And I think that you see that when, I know you guys don't like it when I bring up the Patriots, but when you have the Patriot way, then you have everybody that buys into one specific way of going about your business and your one collective effort. Yes, it breeds success. But there also is a little bit of a notion. Does that mean that every Patriot that's ever played under Bill Belichick has all loved each other?
No.
No, the answer to that question is no. And how many people do you work with that you don't necessarily care for? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I've worked with people before that I don't necessarily care for. It doesn't mean that we don't get our job done. It doesn't mean that we don't still have a greater purpose in mind. It doesn't mean that we're not still pulling the same rope and providing the same effort. We don't have to be best friends. All we got to do is be good coworkers. Done. Exactly. So, and that's all football is one big job for one big corporation. So is it important? Absolutely. Because is it a nice to have? Yes. Is it a necessity? Probably not as much as you think it would be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, good stuff there, Hardcore Raider. All right, next up, Historian Raider Steve again, and this is a fun one because someone was a little honored last week, Mosh, when you gave him the Sizzler.
Hey, Murph and Mosh, this is Houston Raider Steve, the historian. Boy, thank you so much. I'm honored and privileged to win the Sizzler this week. When I heard the announcement by you, Mosh, I was jumping up and down cheering, saying, Raiders, just pumping. And most importantly, this is all about the Raider fans. It's about you, Mosh. It's about Murph, it's about all the made men and made women, all the great Raider fans that listen to your show. We do it because we love the Raiders. It's something it's not just during football season, it's all year round. Hey, Hard Knocks. Man, I got goosebumps seeing John Madden on the sleds, hearing the Raider Nation song with the old school flag, all the other stuff, tradition, John Gruden, get all pumped up. Man, I just wanted to put on some shoulder pads and hit somebody. Man, Abram reminds me of the Soul Patrol. We all know who that was. Skip Thomas, Dr. Death, the Assassin, Tatum, Atkinson, and also, of course, Willie Brown, downtown Willie Brown. When he scored that touchdown, ice against the Raiders, man, I was just a kid, teenager, jumping up and down. My parents were thinking, what the heck's going on? My grandparents, I said, hey, I can't help it. I'm a big Tatum and Stabler fan. Anyway, man, Abram reminds me of that. Josh Jacobs, we haven't had a runner like that since Marcus Allen. You could say that of course, McFadden was a great runner and everything. Wish he'd stayed with us a little longer, but he was great. I was at the game when he broke off that long run against the Steelers, put that game away, or started the game. Anyway, don't mean to ramble. Also, Farrell, man, we haven't had a player like that in a while, man. I'm pumped up about our team. Max Crosby gets hurt and he runs back to the coach and says, my hand's limp. I want to go in and play. Now that's a Raider. Incognito, he's a beast out there. Of course, we all know about Antonio Brown, what kind of speed he can put on it. We haven't had anything like that since Tim Brown, Mr. Raider. Man, just so pumped up about our team and Hard Knocks. Great show. And again, thank you very much. It's an honor and a privilege. And your show is
my favorite show, man. God bless and go Raiders.
All right, God bless you too, Houston Raiders, Steve. We appreciate the love, man, and your great call as always. He always brings some great facts there, Mosh, and he's talking about Incognito, and the Raiders were talking about how big they wanted to get up front, and even Richie Incognito. I'll never forget when you and I were sitting on the couch together watching that first episode,
right,
and he came on the screen, and you went, "That's the biggest guy I've ever seen," and because he's not just tall, he's just a massive human, and so is Trent Brown, and so like. We're huge up front.
Yep. Monsters. And we needed that.
And we needed that. We neted that. Absolutely. All right. So on the we all got our favorites and stuff, right? You know? And you got your favorite name, or one of your favorite names.
Yeah.
Is Lino, the Full Metal Mexican.
Oh, I love it.
And he called in next.
Hey, what's going on? Murph, Uncle Mosh, Sonny, Swag Jeff, Capo, Emiliano, the Raider Trucker, our Sergeant at Arms.
There you go.
All the made men and women, of course. It is your favorite, of course, Lino. I just got through watching episode 2 of our Raiders on Hard Knocks. Loving it. And one of the things that I've been doing since I've been, kind of monitoring the social media feeds for our loved Raiders is all the positive and the negatives, all the comments from the Raider Nation. And I was excited to see all the footage of the preseason game against the LA Lambs. Yeah, that's right, Lambs. They suck. Anyways, but one of the things that bothers me is every time there's a preseason game and, we win, it seems as though, we get those, they won because they were playing against third and fourth stringers. And then the whole, everybody was complaining that, our second and third string quarterbacks are playing against. It's like, come on, people. It's a freaking win. I understand that, it's preseason, nothing matters, but I've been waiting for 22 months for Raiders football, and it's finally here. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Yes.
Quit complaining.
Thank you.
Come on.
When we start 0-8, then complain. But then again, people are going to complain anyways because that's what they do best. But I love you all. My continued prayers for our man, Raider Juan. Hope you're getting stronger day in, day out. We're rooting for you. And, hey, keep up the good work. Go Raiders.
Nice job, Lino. Hey, you know what? Yes, first off, we echo that. Prayers up for Raider Juan, as always, and sounds like he's doing better and better each week. Something that Chuck brought up, that his co-host on the Fan Club Blitz, or one of the co-hosts, his name is Fitz, and Fitz said, why do people get so wound up about guys that are going to be working at Home Depot in 3 weeks? You know what I mean? Like, and how true is that? Like, we kill the Cardinals for 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter, it kind of softens up a little bit, and it gets a little bit more, you can call it competitive. And everyone's like, oh, we let up on them. No one in that game is going to be playing in a month. None of them. And the guys that were in the game in the fourth quarter, none of them will be in the NFL in a month.
And why? And they've been busting their ass this whole time in training. Why not give them a shot to suit up?
Of course.
Come on.
Of course. And you're going to see all those guys next week in Winnipeg. All right, so we got a couple more left. Let's get to them quick. The man I mentioned earlier that defends our freedom when he goes to work every day. Let's hear from our buddy Mojo Raider.
Good morning, Murph, Mosh, Swaggy J, the Capo, all my buddies, Mojo, San Diego, butt crack of dawn, driving to these helicopters going across the beautiful Coronado Bridge here in San Diego.
Nice.
So I'm calling to probably do what most of the callers are going to do this week and talk about helmet gate. Here's my take on the helmet situation, man. The guy is the number one receiver in the NFL for the past multiple years, right? You know what he's bringing to the table on the field. You know what he's going to do for the team. Gruden is obviously has a love affair with this guy. He's killing the game, right? We want him on the field. I see all social media, you know how we are, Raider Nation, hot and cold, quick to turn. Sometimes we talk crap to each other a little too much, in my opinion. But here's my take. We all got them, and they all stink. It's like, you know what? So the guy is going to play for us. He's going to put up big numbers. It doesn't matter what's going on.
Yes.
With the NFL and fighting this
Come
and
on.
doing that. None of this matters. You know what matters? Wins, losses. You know what else matters?
Where did I hear that before?
Numbers, production. Here's what Antonio Brown does. He gives you all those things, no matter what's on his head. All right? So take the ride. Freak out if you want, but you're wasting your energy. Mojo out.
Perfectly put. I said it on Mondays with Mikey Murph. I referred to it as mental masturbation.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, it's just like what you're just wasting your time. You're spinning your wheels. So great job, Mojo, man. We appreciate you, my friend, and good to hear from you. All right, 2 more left here. One of my favorite terms that this guy has coined is Jeff Nation, because of all the people that we know named Jeff. So here's One Nation Jeff.
Hey, Murph, Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff, part of the Jeff Nation. This is One Nation Only Jeff in SoCal. Just calling in real quick. I wanted to give one of my favorite takes from the second episode of Hard Knocks, and that was at the very end, Jonathan Abram sitting there with Warren Sapp, I believe, and they're talking, and they start talking about Tom Brady, and Abram goes, wow, he's 42? He's older than my dad. Tom Brady could be my dad. And I just thought that was funny, calling out Brady being old. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to touch on was the talk of who should light the last flame of the last home game in Oakland. I went through the list of everybody that's lit it in the past, and there have been many times that large groups, like all the Hall of Famers, were up there signing them at one point in time. But I think the classy way to do it would be that at the end of the season, John Madden, who was the first person to light the flame, is the last person to light the flame.
Come on.
But I do believe during the course of the season, they should have a couple of the bigger celebrities that have never lit the flame before in the music scene, as in Ice Cube and Metallica, should both at some point in time light the flame this year.
Strong.
And then I believe it would be fitting for the first time the flame's lit in Las Vegas that Mark Davis be the one to light it.
Absolutely.
Anyway, that's all I've got, guys. Great show, and I look forward to hearing next week. Talk to you later. Bye.
Good stuff, One Nation Jeff. Yeah, I agree with
that's
that.
good.
That was good stuff right there, man. And yeah, that would certainly be poetic to have Madden light the final one, Mark Davis light the first one in Vegas, and at some point, have Ice Cube. You know, there's a handful of there's a lot of high-profile Raider fans. There's Tom Hanks, Ice Cube, and James Hetfield from Metallica. Who else am I missing there? LL Cool J's a big one.
Our local weatherman on Channel 5.
Yeah, our local weather guy here in Nashville. There's lots, and there's some. It's getting late, and they're escaping me in the moment. There are a lot. CC Sabathia is one.
Sure.
Josephine Scriber. There's tons of high-profile Raider fans. But I think in terms of Bay Area being associated with the team, like Hetfield and Ice Cube, like those are two guys.
Huge.
They're big, man. Like that's way up there. So I would love to see that at some point. All right, last one of the night. We're gonna hear from our buddy who's on vacation, our little converted tire. Who said I said I was tired?
Our little converted buddy, who's an ex-Titans fan, who's now joined the nation, Swaggo.
Murph, Uncle Mosh, Capo, Raider Nation. It's your boy Swag Jeff. Hey, I've missed being on the show for a few weeks, guys. I am currently driving down the road. By the time this gets played, I will be sitting my happy ass on a beach, sipping Coronas in Florida, on vacation. I think a well-deserved vacation. I've been busy with my regular job and with social media and all that, so I need a break. I'm taking a break. Speaking of Capo, after hearing 42 names calls on the last show and then getting a last-second respect shout-out. Thanks, Cap. Thought I was going to have to go through some initiation process. Like, I don't know, maybe I had to sit in a car with Uncle Mosh and sit there while he burps powdered donuts in my face, and Capo and Big Raider Trucker rip burrito farts and just make me sit there still. But anyhow,
that can still happen.
Yeah. Thank you, Capo. Let's talk about my boy AB. Watch the second episode of Hard Knocks, and man, those feet are gross. But I love him, and this whole debacle with his feet and his helmet and all that stuff. I'm the biggest AB fan out there. I've got more swag of 84 than anything else that I own. I've already scheduled a tattoo. But yeah, so I kind of felt like I was having to stick up for him. I was like, but he's awesome. But yeah, so, and now I see on the news that he is being sued for $40,000 by some chefs that said that he stiffed them on paying him. Whatever, man. Let's just all chill out with the AB thing. We love him. We're gonna love him. And all this stuff. We're not gonna be talking about this week 1 when he is lighting fools up. Raider Nation. Swag out.
Nice job, Swag, Jeff.
The only thing that would have made that better, Mr. Jeff who demands respect, right?
Yeah.
He just craves it. Is if Google would have got him.
Oh, I should have done that. Even if his voicemail was like a minute long, I should have hit him with the Google voice. That would have been funny. I appreciate the update, Swaggo. Enjoy your vacation, my friend. And so we recorded an episode of Tales from the Nation, Jeff and I did, that was ready to go when the computer died. So we have it's the Divine Interception, Michael Huff picking off Matt Schaub of the Texans the day after Al Davis passed away. And so we have that locked and loaded and ready to go. So you'll have that coming up this weekend, along with an episode of Fan Club Blitz coming on Friday. But Jeff and I got a new one coming for you this week, so we appreciate Swag. And Mosh, that's the end of our voicemails. Let's award a Sizzler. What you got?
I mean, of course, it was started off strong by Capo, and then a whole bunch of amazing Sizzler-worthy emails.
Like Ron said in the chat, when elephants fight, only the ground loses.
That's right.
We had a lot of heavy hitters come in tonight, man. Great job on the voicemails, guys. And emails, too.
Scotland's Dave Love was strong.
Yes.
He was strong, man. And then we heard from, of course, historian Steve with the take on what it was like at the funeral for number 21, and that was, that just kind of it tugs at your heartstrings, and Alaska Raider, he gave his take on the Mikey show, and that was good. I mean, there was something that couldn't be denied. Big Raider Trucker jumped in on had a great take on how all the stuff with AB's deflecting from the stuff about Carr. And it's working to our advantage. Yes. And then eye patch, man. I loved how he said, put it down, put the garbage down, pick it up, let's go, man. Put your helmet on, and then of course, he had to diss on Renfro. Hardcore Raider, man. Great question about does unity breed success?
Yes, great question.
And that we could do a whole show on that. Hardcore Steve came back, of course, about how much. He was thankful for his award, and then did a fantastic roster rundown in a matter of like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
But the full meta Mexican, when he was throwing in his whiny voices, I was dying.
Oh, that was funny.
That was so funny.
He's impersonating Facebook or Twitter.
And then of course, he ends it with his, like we all do, our prayers for Juan and a healthy recovery. Mojo, Helmet Gate. Love that.
Yes.
I love that phrase.
Yes.
And like you said, let it go. Let's just play. And then the One Nation Jeff. I loved how he called out Brady. And anytime we can continually call out Brady, it's a
we're
good
all about
thing.
that.
Yeah,
we're all about that.
And he had a pretty good take on who lights the last flame, and of course our own little Swaggo. His call in, and I do need to add, Swaggo, that you didn't get off scot-free, because Q reminded us, hey, Swaggo, I still got my paddle. But tonight,
get your shine box, Jeff.
Yeah, go get tonight's Sizzler Award goes to the one and only from the Canary Islands.
Oh, Rico!
Rico!
Sizzler. Sizzler. Sizzler.
Sizzler.
Sizzler.
Sizzler. Well done, Rico. Man, that was good to hear from him. Hear from him live on that call or that audio message, anyways. And appreciate him doing that. And appreciate him.
Man, and they were so close. I mean, there were so many. Hugh Story and Steve was like a smidge away from back to back,
almost back to back.
You know, I mean, there was
freaking memorial service.
I'm telling you, man,
that's strong.
Golly,
That's
I mean,
strong.
you know, but Rico Suave, he brought it. He brought it, and but all of our callers,
literally from half the world away.
Yeah. I mean, our callers are so great.
Oh,
Our
man, you
callers
guys
are so
are the
great. You know, between the callers and the chat, it's an amazing group, man. I love it.
Absolutely. Raiders fans are a rogues gallery, aren't they, Mosh?
They sure are.
We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Hey, Stacy goes.
Yeah, shout him out.
Oh, man, everybody's on there. Ron and Rowdy Raiders on there. The Big Easy, Running Bear, Stacy Ruff. Stacy says, yeah, the only reason that Mosh gave it to Rico was because he was dreaming of pasta. and you know,
he's not wrong.
That's not wrong.
It's not wrong. Tell him what Grandma Jenny has on her tombstone.
So my ma, Josh's grandma, when my mom was sick,
Murph
right?
is
I'm sorry, Murph.
Same guy. Just to clarify, same guy. Yeah.
So when my mom was sick, she was crazy, man. She was doing some awesome stuff.
Yeah.
She'd do stuff like she was living on the West Coast and they were giving her Marinol, you know, that marijuana derivative for the cancer pain, and she didn't like it. She liked beer, so she would pocket the Marinol, right? And she'd call my brother and she'd go, "My brother, your uncle," and she'd go, "Hey. Come on up here, bring a 6-pack. Come watch the game with me." So he'd smuggle a 6-pack into the hospital, and she'd go, "Here, take these." And she'd give him like about $4,000 worth of Marinol, and he'd give her like a $3.99 6-pack of Buckhorn. You know, and she was happy as all get out. So this is the same woman that when she called you and I, we were together, and to tell us that she had the big C, she's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, I'm sitting here with Murph. What are you doing? And she's like, "Did you Christmas shop for me yet?" And I'm like, "No, Ma, why?" And she's like, "Well, don't buy me a calendar." I'm like, "What are you talking about? I got the cancer." You know, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, are you kidding?" So she orchestrated her own funeral, right?
Yeah.
Like we do. We want to be in charge of everything. So she sends our other brother, my other brother, your other uncle out there, and she's like, "Go pick out a headstone for me. And I want to see the picture of it." So he comes in, and it's got her name on there, and on the top of it, it says, "Our loving mother." And the first thing out of her mouth, now my mom, she was 5'5" by 5'5". She looked like a lemon on 2 toothpicks, right? She was a typical Italian woman.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And she goes to my brother, she goes, "Lose the loving mother shit. I want Pasta Queen." So my mother, your grandmother's tombstone, says her name, and at the top of it, it says Pasta Queen. It was great.
God bless you, Grandma Jenny.
Oh.
It's the best. So yes, when you said about any kind of
pasta.
Italian references, man, we are all about it.
Oh.
We're all about it. Great stuff there, Uncle Mosh, and great stuff, Rico, and everybody. Thank you so much. Can't thank you enough. Everybody in the chat, everybody that interacts with us on social media, all the callers, 909-345-3346, all the emailers, show@RaidersFanRadio.com. Please continue to support Raiders Fan Radio the way you do by buying stuff. Not because it supports us directly, but it supports the Bolitnikoff Foundation, as you see over Uncle Mosh's right shoulder. You can buy a t-shirt at RaidersFanRadio.com/t-shirts, or you can go to our NFL.com link, which is RaidersFanRadio.com/gear. Click one of those things, buy stuff, and we will give all that money away to the Bolitnikoff Foundation on your behalf, on behalf of not Raiders Fan Radio, but the Raiders fan radio listeners. When we present that check, we are going to be very deliberate in the idea that this comes from you, the RFR community. It's not coming from me and Mosh. We love you guys. We thank you for your support every week. Mosh, take us home.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening tonight for Murph. This is your old Uncle Mosh, and you've been listening to Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. Don't ever forget, what happens in Vegas started in Oakland. Good night, everybody. God bless.
Our second and third string quarterbacks are playing against